almost did just leave it a private chat. Damn, I didn't realize we were running behind. Shit. Anyway, so yeah, it was a long ass chat yesterday.
It was good though. It was different. We didn't really do too much doom and gloom. We kind of stayed on topic with other shit.
Bro, you weren't even in it. How the fuck would you know?
No, I was there. No, I was there. I wasn't as vocal as I always am, I guess. And I was fucked up. I was in there, man. I'd run down to smoke some stoves and I'd be watching it live and fucking mama. Yeah, no, I don't know. I'll try to get back to doing those, you know.
Don't worry about it, dude. But it was just the first time I've ever seen a drunk chat that was so tame.
Yeah, yeah. All that shit that was in all on my mind and all that everything just dude, I'm so chill. I don't know. It's crazy how chill I am right now.
I can tell you why.
Ran down is the word.
Nah.
Nope. You were around a lot of it in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And no matter how bad the world's going to hell, you smoke a bowl and it seems just a wee bit better.
No doubt.
Do that.
Sure.
You know, when you're ready to rip the skin off of somebody because they're fucking evil and they're hanging anyway and you want to torture them before you kill them, smoke a bowl and all you want to do is just kill them.
Oh, I got it. Especially when you throw a little bit of hash on top.
Oh, but yeah, see, don't go that far because then you might not want to kill them. You'll just figure that out.
That was so fruity. Tasty.
Going to hell.
Damn, I wish I was there right now.
I can't blame you. So what's up, Southern Style? What's up, Tommy Boy? What's up, Jay Watt? Oh, that's funny, Southern Style. If we round up all the illegal kids and put them to work making smartphones, yeah. But the problem with all these illegal kids, they're the ones that are going to take your kid's job. Right? Think about that. Our kids, we have a hard enough time, most Americans these days, finding work, right? Especially if you're not highly educated, let's say. Now, there's going to be plenty of kids out here that are born into this country that are told to follow the American dream and follow the rules. And yet, right, all these illegals are coming in that are the same age as our kids. Same age as the kids that we're teaching in our own homes to be good citizens and to be proud Americans, right? And that they're going to have a chance at that American dream, that brass ring, right? And yet, there's a kid who's going to take jobs from all four of my kids has crossed that border this week. And I think we should be pissed off about it personally. So welcome, Green Dragon. Who's that, Tony? Oh, that's Tony. Keep switching back and forth between his phone. So I'm gonna do a quick shout out. I'm gonna re-up again and swap over to the Green Dragon account to do so. So I can unspam Joel. I'm sure Joel Quantum's Heart's going to be spam. What's up, Chad? Mike Newswinder. How you guys doing? Wow, no Joel yet. Oh, he must be over at American Warning. That's usually the way it works here on Sundays. There's more than enough chats going on, so a lot of people go to different ones and end up here at the bar in the end. So, okay, so Tony's in, you're in. G-Web's in. Man, I hate the way they do this thing now. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about today, and I wanted to get some more informed opinions on whether anybody thinks World War III possibly started today with the whole Israel attacking Syria. I know it sounds like, it's really no big deal, but actually it could be the way the world's running around. So, I don't know. I
don't think much is going to develop from it. I mean, it seems like Israel's bombing somebody every other day, or somebody's firing shit into Israel every other day.
Yeah, but they went way over. Their response, I mean, if the response was equal, I'd say, yeah, it was no big deal, just shit going on the Israeli-Syrian border, right? But with this ISIS crap going on right across a short border between Syria and Israel and Iraq, right? And then you got Iran talking about they're going to pair together with either us or Moscow to help out Iraq, and the whole bullshit with Syria. And now Israel does nine strikes, 10 strikes, whatever, over something that really didn't want that hard of a hammer.
What initiated the response?
There was a border incident where there was kidnapping or something over there by ISIS, basically, by the people we were arming. But they bombed Syrian military targets, right? So I don't get it. It's just fucked up and crazy, as usual. And the only place you'll hear about it is on the BBC. Holy fuck nuts.
My bad, I was muted. What's up, bro? Sorry, I was on mute.
No, I'm just saying, that's the only place you can find out fucking information. That is on BBC.
Oh, just a second. I
gotta turn my shit up, mute, because I can barely hear.
We find a green dragon patron to go down to the border
yet? Not yet.
Yeah, I gotta find somebody who's...
Damn, here we go. Right, so, okay, first of all, Iraq loses control of the western border with Syria and Jordan, right, is their top thing. And then it turns out Israel strikes targets in Syria after a teenager was killed by firing from Syria. So, yeah, it was definitely an overstepped response for the death of one teenager. Or an appropriate one, I don't know. I don't know what to tell anybody. Yeah, so I don't even know. I don't even know what to tell anybody at this point. It could, it could never happen. It could happen any fucking day. This whole thing could light off. And Jindal, talking about how the American people are ready for a revolution to revolt against Washington. I mean, shit, you'd think Bobby was in here with us. If so, we're all moving to Louisiana to support the fucker.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, it's crazy, I mean, it's getting hotter and hotter in here is what it is. It's getting warmer. It's just getting crazy. You know what I mean? I don't even know what to tell people at this point. But I do, like I was telling Third Up and whatnot, I have friends, hardcore liberals, right? New York liberals, born and raised. The dude who woke up this weekend works in the music industry, right? And after something like 30 some odd years of talking to this dude about shit like this, he wakes up this weekend, flips the script, goes from, you know, an Obama supporter to an Obama hater at this point in a weekend. So it's a crazy world, crazy world. It does give me hope that people can wake up before it gets fully out of hand. Up, my wife calling me. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Not
All right. You still in here, T?
In the neighboring country of Jordan to discuss the ISIS threat and explore ways to contain it all. Our Jim Sciutto is traveling with the secretary. So, Jim, what is Kerry saying about the severity of this crisis right now?
Well, he's saying he's extremely concerned. We just learned tonight that as we arrive in Jordan, those ISIS militants are just 70 miles now from the Jordanian border as they expand the land that they control inside Iraq. Now, as we've met with Secretary Kerry a number of times on this trip, he's been repeating two goals of...
Kerry's such a douchebag. Like, it's so hilarious. Not even...
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Of his diplomacy in the Middle East now. One is to get the message across, not just to the Iraqi...
No country is safe from that kind of spread of terror. And none of us can afford to leave that entity with a safe haven, which would become a base for terror against anyone and all, not only in the region, but outside of the region as well.
Even their bullshit sounds all discombobulated, like they don't believe what the fuck there's coming out of their mouth. Crazy. Crazy world we're living in here.
And the bad, sad thing is they believe his ass.
Yeah. He's talking about himself, is what the fuck he's talking about. That's a true terrorist. Dude, these ISIS fighters look white as fuck. Like, they look like contractors.
How was your day today, T?
It was cool. Went to church, took the kids to the pool, just chilling.
You've been hitting that pool up every day, huh?
Nah, I try to go as much as I can, but
Yeah, I don't blame you, bro. We try to go every day. Get their energy out. You know, when they come home from the sun, the water, that's it. They go out early. They rest for like 7:30.
it's crazy to see these pictures from over in Iraq. Like, that shit is all fucked up.
It's always fucked up, yeah.
These fools got big-ass American guns and shit.
They love AKs, yo. That's all they use is AKs.
They got ARs, too. Dude, they got all types of guns. They got, like, a fucking Mauser.
I never seen a Tally use an AR. All I see them use is AKs.
Well, the thing is, they stole all that armory from the fucking fools that gave up. So even in the picture where they're shooting all those motherfuckers in the ditch, they're showing Tally with a fucking robe on with the AR.
Yeah, I seen some FNLs, FNs, or excuse me, FALs, whatever. Those English rifles.
Yeah, all these fools.
It's crazy, yo. They're fucking nuts, yo. They believe in one fucking man. They kill themselves for the Allah.
What I don't understand about it is why they chant Allah Akbar when something bad is happening. Like, that's what, like, they blow some shit up.
Because that's who they get their, that's who they do it for, and that's who they pray, and that's their energy, and that's their everything. You know, through bad times, good times, Allah is their savior. So when a motherfucker goes through a motherfucking building to kill his ass, knowing, you can imagine that shit, yo, fucking waking up knowing the fact that you're gonna go through a fucking building in an airplane, kill yourself for one man, for Allah.
Akbar.
They fucking spit on you when they talk. Muhammad, they're all fucking Muhammads. Anyone out there with the God of Muhammad, I'm sorry, don't get it twisted, but
your mom should not have fucking named you Muhammad. Just like fucking nobody should name their kid Jesus.
yeah. And everyone's Muhammad Ali, something, you know.
Even in like the Mexican community, they laugh at those guys that with their name Jesus.
If we really wanted to get rid of them, if we really wanted to get rid of the problem, like back in Hiroshima days, we can do it. But they don't want to. It's all about the dollar. You don't want me to start talking. I'll fucking we'll have like 100 hates.
I don't mind the hate, baby. I don't mind the hate. Let me
Like
say,
my wife said,
more
it's like
people.
my wife says, get rid of the motherfuckers. Just nuke the motherfuckers. But you can't. It's all about the dollars.
Well, why do you think we end up? I mean, 9/11 was done by 17 fucking Saudis. Why do you think we never touched Saudi Arabia?
Of course.
All about the dollar.
All about the dollar. That's what I tell her.
Anyway, let me do some quick shout outs. What's up, Tommy Boy 9 at the Crossroads? Grip Biscuit. What's up, Chris? Sounds like he's splitting up. But Kat Tomlin, Mindy Patriot Angel. Do I really? No, I don't. I needed something to call this. So, Paradise Lost. Soon, Southern Style 357. NASCARs, Chad Lilly, and now I'm caught up. Oh, Wake Up Before You Die as well. And you know what? Do I believe everything that comes across the fucking wire? No, I don't believe everything that comes across the wire. But when Israel says they bombed the joint, I'm going to believe they bombed a joint. And when Jindal says, and I can watch his mouth move, and those words come out of his mouth, then I'm going to take the man at his word. So again, you're asking me do I believe everything I see and hear? No. But when I do see and hear them, I will give them a little more credence. Before I find out if they're true. When Israel admits that, yeah, we went across the border and bombed military sites in Syria because they killed a kid in Israel, and yet the western border of Iraq is failing, which joins with Syria and Jordan, right? And with all the other shit going around in the world, I'm not going to stick my head in the sand and say they're all isolated incidents. There's nothing connected. There's nothing working in conjunction. And cool, you know what? Everybody wants to hide their head in the sand until the end comes. Fucking more power to you.
That's the problem.
I just can't. And I'm not going to deny shit I see with my own eyes. Just like I can't say that 9/11 never happened. How it happened, I saw the planes hit. Those planes shouldn't have took the buildings down. But I did see them hit. I did see the smoke of the Twin Towers from my house 90 miles away from New York City. Elevated and Catskills in comparison to the lowlands of the coast of the East Coast, you'd understand, but that's the way that rolled. Right?
I'll never forget that.
I'm just saying, to constantly say, this whole thing about, everything's a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Well, you should really think that for sure. You shouldn't believe a single thing that you hear out of governments or shit like that.
Right.
But, no, I don't believe in everything, okay? I don't believe in the boogeyman. I don't believe there's some Muslim hiding in my closet, No, I know the motherfucker works over at the goddamn cigarette store, though.
Would you like free slushy?
You believe what you see.
Would you like free slushy?
I'll never forget that fucking day. I was in Crystal City, Virginia, working in an apartment. I was doing some construction for my friend, and I saw that motherfucking Pentagon building with the hole in it with the fucking smoke coming up. I'll never forget that. I mean, it was crazy.
I want to use one button.
I'm not saying that the Pentagon wasn't hit.
Oh no, I didn't say you did. I'm just
Right.
I'm just thinking about that day. That's all.
Yeah, me too. And you know what? When I first heard the story about the Pentagon, I believed it, hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah.
You know, and then when I started doing research about it, then I came to understand that yes, it was hit, but I still don't know what it was hit by, because it sure as fuck wasn't a plane to me.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, and that's the way I roll with that. But I saw the planes go into.
New York.
Never seen no plane, buddy. I never seen no plane. I never seen no building.
Yes, my life experience is different. I have seen the planes. I've seen the building. I have friends that died, friends that are now sick because they cleaned up the result of the destruction. So.
Gordon's calling up some reserve. You buddy. Jordan's like the most badass motherfuckers armed by us. Well, yeah. Next to Saudi Arabia, probably. They're probably like the two baddest motherfuckers.
Who's that, Tom?
The Jordanians are pretty. They're like hella funded by us.
Yeah.
Well, have you read John 3:16 lately? I suggest you guys start bowing your knee to the only thing you need to, God. Make sure you're right and ready.
No doubt.
What's the Christian holy war called? If the Muslim is what do you call it? Fucking what's it called? Jedi, jihad. If it's jihad, what's the Christian version?
It would be a crusade, my friend. And actually, if you remember back in when we first attacked Iraq, that's what Bush was calling it. A crusade, a holy war against the
I remember that.
The infidel, basically. And that scared the fuck out of a lot of people. Yeah, because people don't understand. If you think the Muslims are fucking crazy, you got the Christians going in that mode. Forget about it.
You know, though, that I believe that the Muslims outnumber like the Christian faith by like ridiculous, like 10 times over.
Yeah, but if we Christians were acting like we did in the past, because we were vicious fucking people in the past, and if the Pope, instead of standing up and saying all the mafia is getting excommunicated, if the Pope would have gotten up and said kill all Muslims, we'd already be in times right at this moment.
They estimate that there's 1.6 billion Muslims.
Right, and there's 7 billion people in the world. So what is that? That leaves, and the Jews are very small, and all the separate religions are very small. So think about it. Christianity, and mainly being the Catholic Church, is gigantic.
Well, they say that it's all the Christian faiths put together is 1.09 billion. So there's more. There's a good 500,000 more Muslims.
And that ain't enough. That ain't enough because most of the Christians we're the ones that developed the bigger bombs, right? We're the ones that developed the nuke and shit like that. So. And so what? Does that leave 5 billion people unaffiliated?
Seems.
I don't know. I just don't know what to tell anybody. Anybody out there going to Texas?
We gotta get boots on the ground. We gotta get somebody with boots on the ground.
Yeah. I'd like to get somebody out there with boots on the ground.
We were talking about that before we went on.
If we're gonna do that video over that I did, I'd like that.
What's up, Dooley? What's up, Base LV? What's up, Ford Rocks? What's up, Chad?
going on, brother? Do
And he says that Allah Akbar is what good Muslims say before they die because it means God is great.
yeah, Dooley and I were talking about that shit earlier today. Matter of fact.
Oh, I know. I did a video back a couple of years ago or so about America Akbar. America Akbar.
Oh yeah.
America is great. America is great. Every time they yell Allah Akbar, I'll yell America is Akbar.
Be careful, Mule, because they spit on us when they talk like that.
I can do that too, dude. That's. They do it just because that's the way they speak. I do it because I like to do that to intimidate people to take a swing at me when I'm right in their face.
Right, right. Yeah, getting spit on ain't cool.
No, and that's a good way to get people to swing first. That way you can avoid an assault charge. Just saying.
Yeah.
You know, if you want it to be self-defense, fucking spit talk in their face.
Yeah, that's how I carried it. That's how I carried it. Right after being called a monk. Whatever that is. Monk. Yes, that's how they talk over there.
Yeah, well, who cares? They're even more fucked than we are, so. For every fucked up social thing that's happened to the Western world, it started in fucking England. They tested out on that small island nation of pussies.
Yeah, he tested this Greek man on that Jamaican island too. Bitch got wet.
You come into my store, I give you free slushie.
You
What,
so
do you drink 7-Eleven today or something?
I can't comment back to nobody. Sign in to post again, and I'm signed in.
We used to have a guy. He used to come to the dealership back in the day. He used to get his Pathfinder cleaned every week. Every week. He was like 21 years old. Wore a turban. And on his plate, on his license plate, he named him the Turbinator. That's what he was. That's what he named himself, the Turbinator. Owned 16. Owned about 14 7-Elevens. 21-year-old kid. And he's in our country, regulating. Making money. You just own one 7-Eleven, you're doing good.
One 7-Eleven, you're doing great, buddy.
Fuckers. Hey, I'm not hate, whatever. But it's just sad those guys come and they start just regulating and opening up 7-Elevens and gas stations. They're huge out here, man. Gas stations. They love gas stations. Obviously.
I love gas stations too, buddy.
And we're out here fucking struggling.
Cat Tomlin, suffering succotash. I don't even know what they're saying.
No milk.
How can you tell? Just because my throat's all fucked up doesn't mean I was out smoking a thumb-sized blunt out of a white owl,
That's what it sounds. Sounds like you were smoking a pack of Phillies. Some swishers.
Actually, 2 of them today, and it was white owl. But it was
go.
white owl. I keep trying to explain it.
White owl. Oh, Lordy.
Yeah, baby, I went old school.
There you go. White Owls were old school, baby. That's for sure.
Oh shit, we lost our NSA guy.
Oh, we
What
talked
happened?
about White Owls. Well, we're talking about White Owls and.
Yeah, but usually he sticks around for the good shit after the bullshit.
Right, right. Well, that's the best part is the bullshit after the bullshit. That's the good part.
Right. So I don't know. What do you think, G?
Well, what I think is, like you said, pray, and are we ready to go to war? Are we really ready? Do we think it's going to get there? I don't think so. Not right now, but it does look like we're getting there every day, closer and closer. Syria and Israel, I don't know. I can only pray, bro. We're losing our guy. I mean, we're losing guys every day as it is. The motherfucker won't even pour the guys out. You know, he's shipping more and more and more and more and more every day instead of sending them home.
And yet, we open the border from Mexico into the United States, and we have a United States Marine serving United States Marine over there, locked away in a prison in Mexico.
Go figure.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on. You know what? The truth, it's to me, we're living in the end times. That's all I can think of. That's the only answer that makes any kind of sense to me.
That's why I'm lost for words, bro. I mean, I'm sorry, but yep, I am lost for words for the first time.
Yeah, and that's kind of crazy, isn't it, when people like us are lost for words, G?
Sure.
We who can bullshit, you know, a leprechaun into giving up his gold, and yet at a loss for words.
I mean, look at the state we're at right now. I mean, do you think we're ready for war? I don't think so.
Well, I don't know. Did we ever get unready? Really? I mean, we've been at war for the past, what, a minimum of 14 years?
Yeah, at least. You're right.
You know, so are we unready? Are we ever unready? I mean, Halliburton stands to make another $39 billion.
Looking at it that way, no. But like I said, look at all the money that it's going to cost to have this war. We're still in for the last one.
Maybe that's why they're opening the gates. You know, they'll offer amnesty or citizenship with, you know, serving the American corporation or whatever. Who knows, you know? Who knows?
Some say war is good. Some people say we need war, you know? But
oh, yeah, everybody who makes a dollar off the war thinks war is good. That's for sure. You know? For some people, war is very good, very profitable.
I mean, like you said, we're going to war every day with these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Every day it's a fucking war to me. For me, it's a war. Every fucking day I wake up, it's a war. That's how I feel. You know, because that's how they made it, right? That's how they made it. That's how they portrayed it. That's how they make us live, is like in a war. Of course, it could be a lot worse, but shit, we're heading in that direction. So, you know, get the fuck ready. And if you're not, I feel sorry for you.
Well, what freedoms are you willing to give up for your security? Right? Because that's what they're saying these days anymore, is they keep in the world in perpetual war, so everybody's going to want somebody to take care of them, keep them safe. You know? And by doing so, you know, you're going to have to give up all your freedoms. Is that okay with you? Oh, yeah. That's just fine. Just not for me. A, I don't want any more wars in my name, and B, I want all my freedoms. Oh, I have all my freedoms. I don't want you, I'm not letting you take them away.
I want to say so much right now, but I can't.
Why? Are your kids around?
No. You know, I mean, you know, Tony knows, but I don't know. I just can't talk about that right now.
Right.
I know it. I lived it. I smelled it. I just went through the fucking shit, what you're talking about. I just went through it.
Yeah. Third world country. I mean, it looked good in the resort, right? Outside the resort, it looked crazy, didn't it?
Right. Not only that, fucking what I'm talking about is, you know, with my court fees and yada yada.
Oh, yeah.
I've gone through the shit. You know, I had to do what I had to do because, you know, it's not just me. You know, I got 2 kids and a wife. People say, oh, what the fuck happens if you fucking, you know, they come in there and this and yada yada. And yeah, motherfucker, I know. I went through it, buddy.
DJ split again. It looks like he was in there for a minute and he split.
I never saw
Probably bored him to death.
I probably did. I have a tendency to.
What's
up, Grab?
What are you guys doing?
Nothing. Trying to get people engaged.
Trying to keep people engaged, and you probably should read the comments.
I was just about to when you opened up because I saw that TJ left.
All right.
So let me start off. You're right, Kat Tomlin. Us Americans are too comfortable. We've said that a lot here. We need to feel more pain to be able to stand up. Paradise Lost thinks it is the end times. I'm beginning to too. Patriot Angel says prepare food, water, guns in the Bible. Already have that part covered. Thank you. And what's up, Dooley? How you doing? DJ was in and out. Hey DJ, bye DJ. And then Mini Patriot Angel, you're in Texas. That's awesome. I would like somebody who comes in the Dragon from Texas give us updates on the shit going down on the border with the militia and the militia call. And when that starts up, I'd like to have somebody down there. So let me know how you feel and how free you are to be able to do something like that if you're wanting to or going to. At the crossroads today, had some shit break loose. They did. It was like reality shifted that day. Oh, 9/11. Yeah, reality did shift that day.
No shit.
Anyway, sorry about the throat, but my shit's all fucked up. So, smoked too many blunts today. Needing to wake and bake.
All good, brother. All good. At least you're here.
So,
What's up, Brad?
What's going on?
it's just all the craziness in this world, and gets worse every day. And you know what? Anything could start off a third world war. So fucking Israel sticking its dick in Syria could definitely start off a third world war.
Well, this immigrant thing is it. This is the beginning of the end. You know.
Well, that's for us. That's our beginning. And Jindal is actually calling for revolution, or letting the people know that there are people out here ready for it.
Well, this is all this is. All this is the North American Union playing out. That's all it is. It's been, this has been planned out, and now it's going into effect.
Hold on, though. I mean, where's the proof on the northern border, then?
What's that?
Where's the proof on the northern border, then?
Proof of what?
If they're gonna make the North American Union, they gotta have Canada, us, and Mexico, right?
Yep.
According to my sources in Canada, their construction trades and shit like that have already been heavily infiltrated by people from the southern border of the United States. So it ain't like the Mexicans or whoever from South America are heading up here, taking our jobs, and then we're heading to Canada. No, they're coming up here, taking our jobs, and going to Canada.
I always wondered if that would happen. I figure that they sunk America so bad that people don't want to use them. I don't know. I don't have enough insight on it, but the border thing is definitely fucked. Like what was saying. What do you think's gonna happen if the militia shows up there, Red?
Well, it's going to be bad. I mean, I think it seems to me like maybe the Bundy thing was just a test to see what kind of numbers and what kind of intel and what kind of organization and social media and all that, how that would work. But I mean, we're a pretty informed group of people, and I haven't heard too much. So I don't know how much of a militia movement is really happening. I was kind of blindsided because I was following the Marine that's in the Mexican jail, and here this poor guy, it's just a mistake that he made, but yet they're opening up the floodgates to. I mean, it's just so I was blindsided by the whole deal here.
I wonder what the numbers are on some of these militias. Though I heard that the Texas militia really has their shit together, and I seen that the Arizona.
Yeah, definitely. But I don't have. I mean, I haven't heard anything from any contacts of mine, so that's what makes me wonder. What exactly is happening. If we had the Green Dragon Tavern chat, honeypot set up, maybe I could convince HTP to go out there.
Hey, that's on my agenda for tomorrow during the day is getting the honeypot set up because you know what? I want to go out there. I'm sick of fucking sitting around waiting for shit to happen.
That would be awesome. So get yourself a GoPro and a friggin',
No, I'll bring the camera I use always for video that sucks, and you'll hear the click, click, click as the rocket's red glare.
Well, maybe somebody can donate a GoPro, and then you can just strap it on your hat. I'll paint you up a T-shirt that says "Press." We'll do it legit. Yeah, but don't you understand? You'll be bringing that T-shirt with you when you come meet me there. Yeah, right. No, I'll be like the third line. No, this time you're gonna have to be front line. We'll call you. I've never had good interactions in Texas. And you think I have? I've avoided the state of Texas like the plague because of their marijuana laws. Yeah, their law enforcement is fucked up in Texas.
Yes, it is.
But if it's going on in Texas, it's also going on in Arizona. So. Yeah.
And people always.
Well, from what I understand,
Texas can take care of itself, and we'll help out Arizona.
From what I understand, though, I mean they're boarding them on buses and taking them all over the United States. They're basically vouchers, and they can go anywhere they want. They're not going to FEMA camps and shit like people have been talking about. They're going wherever they want. They're going into the United States. They're spreading the disease throughout. Dude, the FEMA camps are for us, not them. Right.
How you guys doing? Got an interesting day. Nice thunderstorm blew through. About good 3 inches of rain dropped a little while ago.
What's up, Jim?
Oh, yeah, wasn't that fucker loud?
No, we didn't have any wind, but it just rained like a motherfucker. Got up early, did all kinds of mowing, fired up the barbecue, the pool was ready, and fucking then the rains came. So what is the objective of the militia going down there? I mean, are they going to try to discourage people from crossing the river, or are they just going to round them up once people make it into the United States? I mean, I don't really understand what the objective of the militia is.
They're talking about doing a man wall, which is them, standing there, whatever, turning motherfuckers back, and then also contributing to building a wall over there, I guess, like an actual wall.
Because once they actually set foot in the United States, basically about all they can do is round them up and turn them over to the border patrols. Huh?
Well, what are you going to do? Put the wall on which side of the Rio Grande, especially along Texas? The border's right in the middle of the Rio Grande. You're going to put it up in the center, in the middle of the water, and let everything just, one side of the water is Mexico's, one side of the water is the United States'?
No, take all the water and give them south of that.
Oh, so we're the big kid, we get the big piece of the pie.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That bully nature, criminal gangster nature is the American way these days, so I'm not saying you're wrong in it.
I'm just joking out. I've been down there. I honestly, I don't know. You gotta make no incentive to come over here. I mean, if they get caught, they might get to stay here, whatever, or they'll get shit back and they can just try again. So the government has to be telling them
to come over here, our own government, because there's nothing going on good enough that people should be flooding in like that. The economy is not that great.
Well, it's better than what they got. They're going to get food stamps and welfare and health care and EBT cards and everything else.
Obama
phones, driver's licenses, amnesty.
All right, Mindy does have information for us. Thank you, Mindy.
Thank gosh.
She says this is from a friend of hers in Texas. She was told yesterday that this woman talked to Governor Perry's office last week, and the militia is getting an SOP to him, and then if he needs them, they'll be available, and that's the Texas militia, right? SOP is standing operating procedure. And then he also has a contact info for the militia to send the necessary paperwork into him. Perry, Dewhurst, and Strauss, I only know who Perry is, have met with Colonel McCraw of DPS, and they're already moving troops down there. So that's the current stuff that she can get there in Texas.
This is shit that history's made of right here. Fuck yeah!
So, Kat Tomlinson says Canada's already in the game. Yeah, that's for sure. What's up, Joe Cool Flyer? Haven't seen you in a while.
Go.
What's up, Dystopian? What's up, Camper Keith, Spirit Seed? How you doing? Thanks again, Patriot Angel. Tommy Boy's out there. Old Bag's out there. Old Bag, I feel for you. One of the few Brits I actually like. I feel for you over there. I imagine it's looking just as crazy over there. Tramp 701 is out there. Paradise Lost 333 is still out there. Dooley Mudbuster and DJ Moore. So now I'm all caught up. So.
What's up, DJ?
Oh, and hey, what's up, Nintendo? Fabrizio's out there. Sorry, I missed you there, buddy.
Fabrizio.
Fabrizio.
How you doing? What?
He's a fucking Brit.
And HDP said he's going to come in after he's done with dinner. Oh no, I just re-upped and it looks like more people said more things. Let's see, Paradise Lost says, have you guys seen the garden plot, Comp Plan 2502, Civil Disturbance Operations, published on Global Security? And he puts a link out there in the chat room if you guys want to take a look at it. Otherwise, I'll call up to Dooley. Okay, here we go. Hey, Dooley, if you want in, dude, you always have a seat here at the bar. So he says, what gets me all these people crossing the border, and the people crossing aren't even armed. So what if it's a military from another country? If the people down there can't stop the people from crossing, how in the hell are they going to stop the military from taking over our country? And we're armed, just wondering. Yeah. That's why the people need to stand up and stop shit right at their door. There's people in Arizona, and Stinger tells us all the time, that's a lot of those farmers and ranchers down on the border are hiring people to protect their land like they used to in the old days, you know. So they're hiring cowboys that they don't carry ropes and deal with livestock. All they do is deal with human predators, human threats. So we're definitely living in an interesting world and time, I'll tell you that much.
Indeed.
Wow, our troll made it in early tonight. We have a thumbs down. Yay!
Keep them coming.
So, did any of you guys hear the speech that Jindal gave, where he referred to the American people being ready to revolt against Washington?
Hyperbole.
Are you talking about the governor of Louisiana?
I think he was talking about the Christian
Yes.
people, though, no? He was saying the Christian people?
He was talking about the white supremacists.
Yeah, and where's his clan hood? God damn it!
Yeah, he was at the Iowa GOP convention speaking, and I can't really remember the gist of his speech, but
Yeah, where?
he's vying for a position, to run for president. I imagine, like all the other people that come around to Iowa. So.
Where's the Oath Keepers, man? Save us, Stuart Rhodes, and your merry batch of Oath Keepers. You're going operational. This sounds like an operational situation to me.
Indeed.
I wonder where the American backbone is. Fuck the Oath Keepers. Why aren't there, without a call up, without anything, a line of fucking Americans down there saying no mas, no more, go home?
They're too busy being a slave to the freaking system. Everybody's living paycheck to paycheck. They can't, these days, if you're lucky to have a job, usually, unless you're salaried, if you're an hourly individual, you can't miss shit.
Exactly.
Well said. Well said.
Hallelujah.
What? No,
America Akbar, right?
It's Akbar. I don't know, man.
Motherfuckers.
All I know is
Everybody just needs to fucking get their big screen TV ready. Make sure you got lots of popcorn, and then
what's up? Did I scare you with all that?
with some beer or some pot. Watch this unfold.
Get your
my pit bull don't like
Get your shish.
You wanna bite me, huh?
Shish.
You wanna bite me?
Shish kebab.
Yeah, well, Tony, you know what? We're all going to end up playing Nero, right? As Rome burns.
I gotta go make a drink.
I'm gonna get some marshmallows.
Oh, pot and popcorn and a big thing of soda.
Yeah, you're probably right, bro. And believe it, they probably won't even cut into Idol to let you know that it's happening.
Who said that? Who said that, Mule?
Me.
You're a funny fucker when you want to be.
Well, what can you do? Are you laughing at me? Are you joking on me?
Are you fucking laughing at me? Am I funny? Do I amuse you?
Do I look funny to you? Am I funny looking?
Oh, shit.
Yes.
This dog is fucking dirty.
Oh, hey, Reb.
Yo.
The ladies, you're doing ladies' night Wednesday at 9.
Wednesday at 9.
Wednesday at 9. So they're hoping Trace is going to be in. They have a guarantee of Riddle Girl, E. Kenny and Linda, Katie, Fabrizio's wife, is going to come in. My old lady says she's in till.
Cool.
So.
And that's 9 Central Time?
Yep. So 7 your time.
I'll see what she can do.
Well, if she wants to, it's not like she's you that she's going to agree that we need to start this revolution and send all our asses to Texas.
Well, it's funny because, she's, she's pretty in tune with what's happening.
Well, I'll tell you what I can tell you exactly why we haven't had a revolution yet, because our wives haven't told us it's okay.
Yeah, right.
And I'm serious about that. That's not a joke. I'm not being facetious. I'm not kidding. That's not a joke. Until the women back us up and kick us out the door with our rifles, we ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, you got a point there.
Hey, that's a simple fucking truth of it, We can stand up like men all we want, but if we don't have the back support, if we don't have the homestead fires burning, yeah, it's not going to happen. Not here in America, not at this time. I don't believe it would have happened in this country. It wouldn't have started the first time if it hadn't been for the wives kicking motherfuckers out the door and saying, enough is enough already.
Right.
Because, yeah, we can talk all the rhetoric we want, and then we all look to our wives for permission to do what we just said.
Yeah. Right.
I suppose the old days, the wife would just kick your ass out of the house and say, go shoot something and bring it home for dinner, you know?
Yeah, oh, for sure, that was your job. But I'm saying go and shoot another human being, you ain't bringing nothing home for dinner. You're possibly not coming home. So, but that's the place I've reached. Is I really believe that we have to get the women out there, the women on our side, the women shouting from the rooftops like we do, and we'll get a lot more movement.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree. Agreed.
So I'm actually looking forward to the Ladies Green Dragon, even though I'm assuming for the first hour they're going to throw us all under the bus.
Yeah, right.
So, but hopefully once they get over the thrill of bagging us on our own shit, that they'll get down to the serious stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you know, as a man, you have to knowingly understand the appeal of, if they're going to come on here, that's part of it, is, oh, so this is what you've been playing with for the past year, spending 3 days a week on 4 hours, 5 hours, 8 hours a night.
Right.
Waking up in the middle of the morning, you know, to go do shit. And for, like, say, HCP, you know, so this is the kind of thing that you were doing, huh? When you're going down to the Bundy and going out to Elko. Which is funny. Oh, yeah, I did that, where would you land best politically thing that I shared.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it was funny because it was up by you guys. It was Battle Mountain. It was everything along the 80 right there, right? Elko, Battle Mountain, another one right around there. Wow. And then your actual town was in there, too, but I didn't want to say it to everybody. Right. You know what I mean?
Well, obviously they know us.
I was just laughing, dude.
That's fucked up. I'm surprised they didn't give you a picture of my fucking front door.
Well, no, and then I did it for Arizona, and Stinger was right. The first one that came up was Prescott.
Yeah.
You know? So I decided to go check, and it seems like within a 100-mile radius of where people live in the Dragon, those are the places they would recommend I live, by virtue of my political leanings.
That's funny. Scary, but funny.
Yeah, how well they can track it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm actually not supposed to live in the town I live in. I'm supposed to live about half hour away, about 25 miles away. So, yeah, it's just funny. How well, with just answering a few questions, they can pinpoint you to your little peg hole.
Yeah, that's disturbing, really.
Yeah. Yeah, and I do agree with you there on that. Look at how much damage the mom protesters do. I mean, they make a lot of media noise because they put mom in their name.
Oh, well, that's like the Mothers Against Drunk Drivers and every other fake-ass, it's like the Sierra Club. It's all phony baloney.
Right.
PETA, Sierra Club, all that shit.
Yeah, and that's not what I was meaning. You know what I mean?
No.
Sorry. What I was meaning, never got a link, so fuck you all, Joe Cool Flyer. Didn't even know you were asking for a link, so if you want to be pissed off about it, fuck you too. See ya. The fuck.
Who?
Joe Cool Flyer says, never got a link, so fuck you all.
Okay, don't know you, would never give you a link.
Yeah, bye. Are you our troll? Are you our troll? 11 seconds ago. I'll last beyond no jealous. Boy, and you suck at spelling worse than I do. I wanted to tell you, and say, yeah, you suck. Whatever. Okay. Still don't get it. Is English your second language, Joe Cool? Because if it is, you need to practice a little more. Fabrizio does way better.
Yeah, right.
And he hasn't been in the country that long, so. Anyway, hey, what's up, E. Kenny and Linda? Oh, what's up, TJ? He has friends down in. I guess TJ.
Hey, tell DJ if he will come in. I promise I won't let any cops in.
No calling the cops, huh? No calling the cops.
Yeah, I won't let HTP invite his cop buddies in.
Well, there, you just told him. What's up, Leon Aaron? How's it going? Thanks, Mindy, again. Tony. What is that? Aesop Rock? Isn't that some fucking kids thing? Or is that a band?
I think that's a hacky sack game or something, isn't it?
It's a dude from New York,
right. Well, hey, DJ Alkaline One, I told you that there would be punch and pie only if you brought the strippers and the cocaine.
Right.
So when you bring yours, I'll bring the punch and pie. Sorry, Tony. Go ahead.
No, that's all good. I'm just reading comments.
Me too, and that's why I had to bust his balls, you know.
What's up with Joe Cool Flyer?
I don't know. I don't even know who the fuck they are. So.
Is it Jockle?
It says Joe Cool. Or Joe Cool, right? You say you're right. It could be Jockle Flyer. It could be, you know, looking at the way the guy spells, it could be Jock Flyer, and he likes hanging on dudes' jocks. I don't fucking know. Right? Look at the way he spells in the rest of his posts. Who the fuck knows?
Got 295 subscribers and a bunch of video uploads. But
cool. What's he got on video? Let's go see. Now that you've intrigued me.
Just kind of a weird collection of stuff. I can't quite figure out what.
Well, we ain't got nothing better than to track down trolls. Maybe I should go.
No, I got a lot better. My fucking voice hurts, and he doesn't actually put up anything. It looks like he's sharing other people's shit.
Did you get some bad rolling papers, or what exactly happened to you?
It was White Owl. White Owl got to me. Somebody stopped by.
Right.
Blunt
you had a
harshes me out, man.
A Rastafarian session, and you didn't drink your herbal tea, and there you go.
Yep. Pretty much. My throat. Oh, done. He got the goods. So anytime you're ready, DJ, let me know. I'll say, here, I'm going to send you the link now just so you.
Who's got the goods?
DJ.
Oh, I would be so honored if he would join us.
Party time.
It's been a long time since DJ's been in.
I don't blame him. I don't really like hanging out with cops either.
No, I meant DJ Alkaline One.
Oh.
And he ain't no cop. He takes too much insulin to be a cop.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
No, the other DJ can get in anytime he wants. He's still a bartender. He can come in whenever he feels like.
Right.
That's why I don't pressure him. When he's ready to come back into the Dragon, if ever, he will.
Okay, turn that off.
But yeah, DJ Alkaline One, I sent you a link if you want to come in and share the goods.
Tell us about his latest rifle projects.
Right? That or he could have the stripper rub his neck. We need somebody to pull that move.
Choke his chicken?
No. Just like that dude who had the stripper rubbing his neck. You know, the paid whore come up and give him a back rub.
I heard that was his sister, man. That's not cool.
Oh, that's crazy. Who's banned from my site and he likes to insult women? Oh, are you talking about DJ Cool? Oh, Joe Cool Flyer. Oh, well, you know what? Then you're gone, buddy. See ya. If Miss Linda don't like you, you ain't coming in here. Bye. You've just been banned. Banned.
Give a little power, huh?
Bye.
Little power crazy.
Yeah, pushing down the slug.
No, it's seriously though. If E. Kenny and Linda tells me somebody's banned from their site, that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
Linda and Kenny are part of the Dragon. They're bartenders of the Dragon. They can do whatever the hell they want in here. If they kick somebody out, then they need to stay out. See ya.
Yeah.
Ain't that hard? I'm down with my homies. And if you ain't one, sorry about that. Bye.
So you're liking that Troy lower, huh?
Oh yeah, I am.
You must be rich.
No, but I'm looking for an alternative to what I already have, and that would have been, if that would have come out 2 years ago, I'd have it already.
Right. I wonder what the weight is on that.
It's lighter than any other rail. What's his name was talking with me on Facebook about. Cap was.
Oh, he was? He was saying it's the lightest one he's got?
Yeah.
That dude, man, I like his channel, and I just wonder how he gets all that shit, man.
Some people are doing better financially than we are and don't have kids.
Yeah, right.
So that's number one right there. When you have other beings, you have to feed, clothe, and keep power and, all kinds of shit around for. You're not getting all the sweet toys.
I want to play with that stuff, man. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I have 4 kids. You want to know how much that's cost in the past 20 years?
So you're a rich man by different standards. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I don't have all the toys. That's why I'm very selective in the toys I get.
Right. Yeah. So is that the same top rail that you have then, that he was reviewing?
Yes.
Okay.
The one in the second video is the same top rail.
Yeah.
But now, if I was to buy that all new, right, and if I was setting up a new gun in the way I have mine set up now, I wouldn't go with the Ultimac. I'd go with the whole Troy system, even though it's like $40 more to do so.
Yeah, but that's no co-witness, though.
It does actually have co-witness.
Okay, what video did I miss? Because that's not what I understood.
If you look at the Troy rail, battle rail, the way it connects to it, it does sit low enough to where you would be able to co-witness with the Bushnell, any T1 style sight. You can be able to co-witness with. You can tell by where the Picatinny rail sits below the sight block. It has to be
You got to point me to a video so I can see that for my own eyeballs.
Okay. It shows it in his review of the Troy battle rail.
Okay. I'll have to go back and watch that better.
Yeah, watch it kind of slow, and you can tell.
Yeah. Not that I don't trust you, but boy, that would be a real shit deal. Now, see, with your rig, you can co-witness directly, not at a 6 o'clock position, but directly.
No, it's directly. It's right through. It's no problem. There's no riser needed. Nothing. I look directly through the glass. And if I want to pinpoint, I use both the red dot and the sights during the day, say. But and if the glass goes out, then if the battery died or whatever, I could still see my sights just fine.
Well, how about this? In that kind of a scenario, I've seen people go to shoot and then forget that they didn't turn their thing on. So in that kind of a deal, you wouldn't need to stop. You could go ahead and shoot with your irons, and then when you reload, you can flip it on. I mean,
I've actually done that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I just go ahead and keep shooting. I'll and it usually happens to me at the start of a range time, right? Everything's all getting done, and it's the first couple of shots to get the warm-up shots. You know what I mean? And I'll throw a couple downrange because the second it comes up to my shoulder, I'm looking through my sights anyway.
Right.
Because it's now muscle memory. What's up? What's up, TJ Alkali? One. So is he still in, or did he come in and out? No, he's still in. But yeah, so the same thing with the Troy stuff.
Hey DJ, what are we seeing there in your picture?
Oh, my webcam fell down behind my screen, so it's laying against my fucking desk somewhere back there.
And he don't give a shit because he only talks to E. Bomey and the fellas, so they ain't got to see him.
Dude, like, I told you, we can't stream our shit live, man. We lose every fucking sub we get.
Well, that's because you guys care about subs. I don't, so I've continued to just fucking keep going with the dragon. It's funny.
Don't judge me. I'm trying to be internet famous.
I'm not judging anybody. I just don't give a fuck about anybody either. So.
Dude, we ain't been doing shit, man.
So what's your new build these days, Trav? And hell,
all of us been working through that.
I should get Jim in here after his
I'm working on kind of a...
Is he coming in now?
Dude, I ain't seen much out of Jim lately, man. He's he got pushed to day shifts, so he's kind of been flying under the radar.
Well, did you see that rant video of his?
Awesome. Loved it.
Yeah, me too, man.
We're talking about a Hornet Fixer. Yeah.
Yeah, Hornet Fixer. Yeah, he must have been breaking up. Trav, you still have the link. Come in when you can. But yeah, Jim's rant was a great one. Shit, that was awesome.
Yeah, that's gotta fuck you up when you have been working on one shift for years, and then all of a sudden they switch you to another one. It's gonna take you off your clock to reset.
Right. Yeah, especially he used to do. I think he did either swing or night, and now he's on days. You're waking up when you used to be going to sleep, so it's hard to get that rhythm going.
Yeah, we used to do that shit a little bit when we were working highway construction. That we had to do a bunch of the work at night because there's just too much traffic and you couldn't close lanes. And you do that like 3 or 4 nights in a row, and then you don't even know what day of the week it is. And then you go back to days again, and it just fucks you up.
Yeah, but they always paid you good to do that. So.
Yeah, I was on salary, so it didn't really matter. But.
Oh no! See, I'm an hourly guy, so they paid us good to do that shit.
But then we got paid when it rained, so it didn't matter.
Is that better?
Yeah, it sounds better, Trav.
Yeah, Google Chrome don't like me too much. Fuck it, I'll just roll under my real name. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, they only see your first name these days.
Yeah,
they don't see your full
name. Dude, like I give a fuck. Fucking government knows who I am anyway.
Yeah, but you'll always be DJ Alkali 1 to me, baby. Except when there's a contest. I was waiting for that. That's just what I was waiting for. Somebody wanted a prize. Fucking Jim.
Somebody's always wanting the fucking prize.
Right? Fucking Jim. The bastard.
Damn it, Jim.
Look at me, man. I show up with fucking rocking Fidel Castro on the t-shirt.
Sweet. Sweet. Hey, as long as it ain't fucking Che Guevara, I'm okay.
Dude, I wore this t-shirt to Florida one time, and fucking some dude walks up to me, gave me this fucking death go to hell look because I fucking was wearing a shirt that had Fidel Castro with some fucking DJ headphones on. I was like, dude, that really upsets you? I was like, fucking get a life.
Yeah, well, so, you know, when you live in a dictatorship, sometimes you really do hate everything about the dictator, including their image. I'll be right back.
They almost looked at me like I was fucking insulting the dude. I was like, if it upsets you, dude, go fuck yourself. I don't give a shit.
What up, DJ?
What's going on, man? What you been into?
Nothing much. Same shit.
How's things out your way?
Hot. Just fucking hot. That's about it. I can see the temperature. It's 100 right now. The sun went down already.
Fuck that shit. Y'all can have that desert shit, man. I couldn't handle it.
Yeah, 104 the next like 4 days.
No, you was asking earlier what I'm working on now. I'm working on a Vietnam era AR.
Oh, that'd be sweet. I always wanted to do that.
Is it a triangle foregrip or something? Or?
Yeah, I got a rifle length triangle handguard for it.
Nice.
Doing the A2 fixed stock on it and all that. So. Thinking about buying me an AK pistol.
Yeah, I'm ready to try to trade for an AK pistol.
Well, my local shop's got an AK pistol with that SIG-TAC arm brace already attached to it, so you don't want a bad price for it. I may go try to pick that thing up.
I just finished a 12.5-inch AR pistol, but I've got another 12.5-inch upper, so I'm thinking I might end up trading this one pistol that I just finished for an AK pistol.
I've been kicking around the idea of building an AR pistol. I don't know if I do it, I'll end up paying the fucking tax stamp and actually SBRing it. I ain't got the cash to throw down. I really want to wait the year and give up $200 just for a fucking permission slip.
And I'll just do the SIG brace for that too, save $80.
That may be what I do.
I mean, everyone I know that's got one of those braces on their pistols. I mean,
well, that AK
for all
pistol,
purposes, it's a stock.
Oh, the one for the AK pistol. I mean, funny enough, you can actually throw that thing up on your shoulder and actually decently get a good sight picture out of it. I was kind of surprised the guy only wants like $700 for it. So. AKs are actually becoming pretty reasonable in my area right now.
Yeah, Reb's got one, but he's all silent, so we can't ask him about it.
Who knows what the fuck I'll end up with. The old lady's got me on a spending freeze right now. So.
Yeah.
Ugh.
This fucking seems like the world's going to hell right about now, doesn't it?
Just a little bit.
I'm amazed that you were talking about picking up an AK pistol there, Trav, and Rebel was fucking quiet the whole time.
Doing some shit in the back here. I don't personally have any guns, and I don't really like guns. I think guns are for criminals, and that's all I'm going to say about it.
Guns
Yeah,
are bad.
it's too late, buddy. You know, unless you took down those videos of your AK pistol.
I don't have any videos. I don't even have a YouTube. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey,
Possible deniability.
what were we talking about the other day? If all our channels go black, I wonder what would happen.
Right.
How many people would freak out in the fucking internet, you know? Because that's when I know shit's going to start going wrong, and which end of the country they're going to start pulling them in when a couple of YouTube channels go black.
Hard drives start crashing, quote unquote.
Yeah. Then they go black.
Dude, I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know if you guys have probably read this, but apparently, did you guys hear what the I guess it's the owner of the Phoenix Suns had to say?
No, what they have to say?
Now, I don't know if this is true. I read it. Somebody, a friend of mine on Facebook had posted it, but supposedly the owner of the Phoenix Suns was talking shit about the governor of Arizona wanting to pass immigration laws and being tough on immigration. And the fucking governor comes back out with some statement about, well, it's kind of like this. What if everybody started coming to the Phoenix Suns games with no tickets and just barging the gate, bringing their own food? You have to provide their medical care. You can't kick them out, you know, blah, blah, blah. When you guys start losing millions of dollars every year, I believe you'd probably do something. Apparently just threw it back in her fucking face, and I was like, that is an awesome way to approach that.
For sure. I like it. I say that's a good way to approach it.
You know, I mean, it's same thing, you know? I mean...
Yeah. If we're going to have open borders, then I should be able to walk into, you know, a fucking White Sox game and go watch it. I shouldn't have to pay anybody.
Yeah, no shit. Exactly. Alright, that's bullshit, man. I mean, it's...
It's just all gotten out of hand. You know, and that's why I'm waiting to see what they're going to say with this whole militia heading to Texas, Arizona, New Mexico thing. I want to know because, first of all, we're not hearing a peep out of New Mexico, which bugs the shit out of me. You know, that actually really bothers me that we're not hearing anything from New Mexico because even if we stop everything in Texas and we stop everything in Arizona, if nothing's being done in New Mexico, it's futile then.
But man, I mean, what's got me for years is go to Russia and try to cross the fucking border illegally. You know, go to El Salvador or something, try to cross the border illegally. Dude, you're gonna get your fucking head blown off.
Dude, go to southern Mexico and try and cross the border illegally.
Oh yeah, no shit. Unless you got a shitload of money, you ain't gonna get across that border. You know, man, it's you know, and fucking I hear politicians all the time talk about we need Mexico's help. It's good business for Mexico. Where do you think all the fucking money's going? They fucking come up here and, you know, and I understand people come to this country. If I had a family and I was in poverty in, you know, Guatemala or something, I would want to try to come here too. I can understand that. I don't blame them. I don't like it, and it pisses me off that they don't respect my country's laws. But I don't blame them. I blame my government for fucking not doing anything. You know, but it's fucking good bit. Everybody talks about, well, Mexico and Guatemala should do all this, and I heard Obama saying something about, well, we're spending some money on to help out in Guatemala to blah 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 stop people from coming up here. They fucking Guatemala wants those people to come here because they're gonna come here. What money they earn, they're gonna send back, and the corrupt fucking politicians in Mexico and Guatemala are gonna get all the fucking money. It's good business.
Yeah, and it's free money for them.
Exactly. You're never going to fucking... Anybody south of the United States is never going to fucking work to stop illegal immigration. It's good fucking business for them. It makes sense to them.
Yeah, because them whatever jobs they do up here, it's free money being sent back down there to increase their economy.
If the government really wanted to stop the flow of illegal immigration, I can tell you right now how to do it, and I can tell you how to stop it and not even build a fucking fence.
Machine gun towers?
No, no violence at all. It wouldn't stop all of it, it'd stop most of it. If somebody in the government had enough backbone to stop and say to the banks or something, okay, from now on, there are no more, it is illegal to transfer, to wire money from the United States offshore. You cannot wire money to Guatemala, Mexico, any of A, B, and C said countries. If these people couldn't export their money back out of here, you'd see that fucking pipeline clean up real fucking quick. Because that's the only reason. If these corrupt motherfuckers down there can't get their cash, then it's no fucking good to them. They're going to find some other way to fuck these people into getting their money. People aren't going to come here if they can't send their money back. You know, and if you would fucking say to these companies, like, I know of 2 companies that produce products in Canadian companies that produce products in the produce products in Mexico. Say, fuck you, you're not allowed to transport products from Mexico back to Canada, blah, 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 bring anything, fuck NAFTA. That would stop this shit real fucking quick, but none of these fuckers are going to do it because it's good fucking money for them. It's too much fucking money. Follow the goddamn dollar. Follow the fucking dollar. That's all you got to do, and right there's your fucking problem. And I'm getting sick of hearing fucking humanitarian crisis. Fuck your humanitarian crisis. There's a humanitarian crisis right here in this fucking country. There's starving kids on the fucking streets. Those little fuckers down there are bitching about their burritos aren't made of real corn. Go fuck yourself.
Well, shit. Didn't Detroit just ask the UN for help because their water got turned off?
Dude, you know what kills me is fucking all these people in Detroit are bitching because they're, we're going to have to sell all our fine art. Fuck Detroit and their fine art. Sell that shit. If you can't pay your fucking bills, then time to start liquidating assets. I hate that shit. Sell that shit to the highest fucking bidder.
So what are the major industries in Central America? Is it basically fruit production and vegetables and stuff like that?
fucking cocaine and methamphetamine production, shit.
Well,
Half
of course,
the fucking meth coming into this country is made in Mexico.
Well, I'm saying Central America, if it's mostly fruit and stuff like that, then who owns those companies? It's like United Fruit Company or some shit like that.
It's human trafficking, Jim.
But it's like these big companies like the United Fruit Company. I don't know if that's the Dutch or who it is that originally, owned those companies. So they have some responsibility for taking care of their workers. But
oh yeah, but no, they're not fucking going to.
If we would just enforce the immigration laws we have, everything would be fine.
Oh yeah, man, what kills me is you always hear this shit about, oh, our immigration system is broken, we need immigration reform. You want to reform the fucking immigration system? How about we reform it to, say, enforce the laws we have? There you go, immigration problem's fixed. We don't need to reform it. You can't reform something you don't enforce. That makes no fucking sense. I mean, how can you reform something that you don't do? I just don't get it. I mean, it's too fucking simple. I mean,
yeah, it goes back to the follow the money thing. Just try to figure out who's making the money. Yeah.
Follow the money trail, man. Whoever's making money, there you go.
But you're talking about how easy it is to send money. I mean, I think even at Walmart, they probably have a big sign up there that says, "Wire money to Mexico, only $2," that kind of shit,
Dude, when I lived in Orlando, you could walk into that place on any given day, and there was a line out into the store of people sending wire transfers.
Oh yeah, baby. Wire transfers are king. All over, everywhere. Everywhere. They love that shit. Doing the wire transfers back home?
There has to be some sort of advantage for the international bankers and the Federal Reserve to have the dollars leaving the United States and going out into the rest of the world, even though they just keep making more of them. But
well, it ain't to us.
No. Nope.
Well, it's real simple. They don't want to pay a high standard of living to a large population. So, but pretty soon we're going to have a true democracy here because everybody's going to be the same in death. So, and there's death and destruction coming to America through our southern border right now. How the fuck does, while all the supposed government of the Border Patrol is dealing with all these children coming in, who's trying to stop, somebody who really does hate America from coming in, somebody whose kid we killed over in Afghanistan or over in Iraq.
Nobody hates America more than the government, though. That's the problem.
Well, no, the government hates the American people. They don't hate the American corporation. That's what that Common Core is all about, right? To teach kids about the value of freedom and the real true history of the United States. When you read what they've written in those books and in those lesson plans. Sorry, what were you going to say, Jim?
I forgot.
Dude, I don't even know that the fucking government hates the American people. I just think that these guys are so blindly fucking arrogant and they live in their own little perfect world half of them are so damn rich that they are so out of touch with reality that it's not even funny. They think that what we talk about, they think we're just crazy, fucking off the wall, Looney Tunes dumbasses. There's no way America's really like that. We know better than you. Come down here and live it, man. Live our fucking lives. Live on the salaries we have to live on and take care of a family. You know, I ain't getting paid $200,000 a year and all my shit taken care of, motherfucker. You want to get a dose of reality and see what the world is like? Come live my life. You know?
We can get down lower than you, buddy.
No shit, dude. Dude, I had somebody the other day say something to me. I said something about Obamacare and people losing their jobs and shit. I don't know anybody. The guy looked at me and goes, I don't know anybody that's lost their job or had their hours cut due to Obamacare. And I looked right at the guy. I was like, well, guess what? You have now because you're fucking looking at one. I was like, I fucking worked 45 hours a week. Now I work 29 hours a week. I'm having to work 2 fucking jobs just to make what I made at one job.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? And guess why? Obamacare. That motherfucker has cost me blood, sweat, and tears.
And treasure.
No shit. And dude, that's what kills me about this fucking Iraq thing. Oh, we're going to go over there and drop bombs, probably. We don't need to spend another fucking dime over there. If those motherfuckers can't take care of their damn selves, oh well.
There's those people we were talking about earlier, E. Kenny and Linda. They're starting up another No War, Not in My Name, Part 2. And I'm in, dude. We're not going back. I don't want any more foreign wars. There's too much shit to take care of here. No more. No more war in my name. I'm telling you
right now, I'm not one of these anti-war, like, hippie types, you know, love, man. No, but I'm the biggest anti-war person you're ever going to meet right about now. No more blood, no more treasure spent on people that A, hate us, and B, things that are going to falsely make us, quote unquote, feel safe. I'm not worried about Iraq. I'm not worried about Al Qaeda. Seal the fucking borders, bring our troops home. Guess what? I feel safe.
Fix our roads, build our buildings, teach our children.
Secure my country, secure my homeland. And I don't need homeland security. We have homeland security. It's called the American fucking people. The Japanese said it best. You cannot invade America because behind every blade of grass is a gun. We don't need the fucking Obama Gestapo.
Copy that, man. Copy that.
Don't need that fucking shit. You want to know the Department of Homeland Security? I'm Department of Homeland Security, the real Homeland Security. Your fucking DHS badge means nothing to me. You're nothing but a fucking brown shirt wearing fucking Gestapo hypocrite.
Damn, I know I missed you in here.
Dude, I fucking get pissed, dude.
Dude, I get pissed every day. You're saving my voice, so don't stop.
I'm just sick of it, man. We don't need this shit, man. We don't. And it fucking kills me that we're all labeled domestic terrorists. We're all labeled, you know, I shouldn't have to be labeled a quote-unquote 3%er, a fucking, you know, Tea Party member, a fucking... No, I'm a fucking American citizen. I believe in a fucking founding document. It's easy. Go read it. It's in Washington, D.C. Walk in the fucking National Archives and read it for your fucking self. It's right there. Plain and simple. You don't need Homeland Security. You don't need all this fucking bullshit. But fuck, dude, what do you do? I mean, I don't think you're going to clear these fuckers out of the way. I mean, it's gotten so fucking big. I mean, I hate to say it, but it probably is going to come down to a major fucking revolution before, you know, I don't want to see, you know, like you said, dude, I don't want to see Americans pointing guns at Americans, but I fear it's going to come to that. I don't want it to, but I fucking fear that.
I know, man. I fear it every day.
I mean, that's the last fucking thing I want.
I got lucky enough to where a nephew of mine, well, somebody I consider my nephew. I've known this kid since he was born, basically. And he's now a sergeant in the Marine Corps, and he got to come home, and he's going back at the end of this week. And I love this kid, and, you know, I worry about him. I have my buddy in New York, who I worked with for years, real road dog, his kid, who I care about, right? He's going to the Marine Corps in August. You know, my son is hoping to go into the Marine Corps next August.
Dude, dude, I am all with God bless whoever if you believe in God, then, dude, God bless anybody that would want to join the military right now that would put on our fucking flag on their arm, swear an oath to defend this country, and knowing what these fucking assholes that want to change our country, these guys still put on that uniform and blindly walk toward death.
No.
Knowing.
That's driving me crazy is they're not doing it blindly. You know what I'm saying? They're not. My nephew, he's not blind to what's going on. He's doing it in spite of what's going on.
And that's kind of what I meant. I should have chose my words better. Yeah, dude, they know that this shit is bad. They know it, but they will still defend. I hate the government that we have. I hate the government right now. But I love my country. I love my flag. I will die for my flag.
It's the idea. The flag represents the idea of America that we love, that we were taught to love. The idea of freedom and just truth, justice, and the American way, or whatever.
That flag does not represent a government. That flag represents an ideal.
Yeah. And
you're all domestic tourists. That's all you are.
No shit. And you know what? If they want to label me
I'm not a tourist. I'm not a fucking tourist.
Yes, you are. Harry Reid said it best. You're a domestic tourist.
Anyway, but I don't understand. I'm telling my kid that if they go back in Iraq, I'm going to break his fucking legs, and he's telling me, Dad, it doesn't change my mind.
Hey, dude, you know what? I know there's people in the military that would blindly, if they said go get everybody's weapons, I know that there are people in the military that would blindly follow that order. But I think for 9 out of 10 of them would say, no, I don't think so.
If they're anything like the kids that I know that are in the military today, I'm beginning to agree. They're not as stupid as I assumed. The more I talked, you'd be amazed at what those. Anyway, I don't want to get anybody in trouble and shit, but anyway, they're more aware than most people think.
Oh yeah.
While doing the job that's being asked of them. So, my kid scares the fuck out of me when he tells me that shit. I'm like, dude, you know what? If they start up back in Iraq, that's a no-win. It was no-win last time. You think it's going to be anything better? I talk to my kid like he's a grown-ass man because he is. He's fucking 17. That's his grown. You can go die for your country right now. Can't buy a beer or cigarettes, but you can go die for your country. If I sign the paper, they can take you today.
That's man, I don't want no one going over there. I don't want, we don't, and that's one thing that kills me, not the military, but it's American arrogance of the government. It's the arrogance of the people in power to think we can go over there and change those countries. Those people, to them, it's a religious thing. You can't win a holy war. When you are ready to die for your God, and believe that you will be rewarded for it, and you would rather die than live for your God, but your own country's fighting against each other like that, you can't win that fight. There is no win for you. You might win it for a little while, but in the long run, you will never. Look at the Mujahideen. They kicked the shit out of Russia, out of fucking Afghanistan, and Russia at that time was one of the world's biggest superpowers, next to us. You really think we're going to go over there and change anything? You're fucking crazy if you think we're going to change that.
Well said.
Those people do not want freedom. They don't understand freedom. Maybe one day they will. Maybe one day they'll be like we were 200 and some years ago, and they'll decide they want freedom and, to rule themselves. But at this point, They're not ready for it. It's not going to happen, and we can't force that on no one. No one forced liberty on us. We took our liberty. We took it from the British. And at some point, the people in those countries will take their freedom, but not till they're ready.
Well, you know, what's beyond me is how any young man or woman would put their life on the line for $32,000 a year. It just doesn't comprehend. You know, is that patriotism or is that just ignorance?
You know what? Some things are worth more than money, brother.
Try working
Yeah,
for
but I mean,
$60 a week.
you know, a 4 to 6 year contract for $32,000 a year. Yeah, no thanks.
I think it takes and that's why I think, you see, it's not for everybody, and that's why I think you see a lot of, military guys, kids go in the military, they serve 4 years and they leave, and they decide it was a good thing, but okay, this might not be for me. And then there's some people that are just die hard. They just have that sense of patriotism that they would risk everything and do it for very little money, just because they feel in their heart that's the right thing to do, It's kind of like, you guys get on here and do this, multiple times a week. You're not making any money for it. It's probably causes you more trouble than gain. But you do it because it's the right thing to do, and you do it because you feel it's necessary, and you just have to fight, I mean, you can't, it's either lay down and die or fucking fight to the last man, And at this point, I'd rather fight till I will fight for my beliefs till I have no air left in my lungs. I may not win, but...
Well, just standing up's a win to me. And there ain't a lot of air in your lungs right now with your allergies going as crazy as they are.
Dude, it's fucking starting summer, dude. I'm sick as shit, man. This fucking sucks. I ain't been able to breathe in a month, man.
I know. That's why I'm fucking with you.
Fucking sucks, bro.
But it ain't stopping you, brother. You're saying shit we've all... You're articulating the things we feel, so...
Like you guys was talking the other night, somebody put up a link to that UN thing, about how to talk to a gun person, how to win the argument. I mean, that's, dude, the only way you can fight back to people like that is literally, you're not going to win the argument to their face. You have to be articulate. You have to be, you have to have your facts straight. You honestly can't get emotional and be like, you're a fucking idiot, I just flat out will tell people these are the facts. You can either choose to accept them, or you can go on. But I guarantee you, later they're going to sit there and go, "He was fucking right." And they'll start sooner or later they'll start questioning their beliefs.
You know what's funny? I had that happen to me this weekend with a guy who's been a diehard liberal, right, and still lives in Manhattan, right? Dude's in the music industry. I've known the guy. I haven't talked to him face to face in 30 years, but I've known him 30 years, and we've been, back and forth and on Facebook once in a while, but a diehard liberal, right? Up until this weekend, when it finally, the camel that broke the, whatever, the straw for him was the guy in Mexico, was the American in Mexico, and he finally researched the whole story on the Mexican thing, and then the kid in Iraq, and that blew his mind. He got super pissed off, and now I think he might end up voting Republican or something. I'm trying to steer him libertarian, but we'll see what happens. That's a 49-year-old, 50-year-old liberal that's been a liberal his whole life.
Well, dude, that's the only thing you can do, man. You can't win an argument with a liberal. It's like arguing with a child. But you can put a bug in their ear, and you can make them have to think about what you say. And and that's the funniest part to me. It's like trolls on my channel, dude. If a fucking troll comes at me with an insult, I'll call them out on their bullshit. It's like I saw some dude put up a video a long time ago about how the government should be disbanded, blah, blah, blah. The government should make weed the currency and capitalism is evil. And I made this motherfucker go to task for every idea he had, and he couldn't argue with me. He finally blocked me and shut me down because I just said, okay, explain yourself. I didn't insult the guy, I just flat out said, explain your views. And he couldn't. Liberals can't explain their views without emotion. And I flat out tell them, don't put emotion into it, give me cold hard facts. If you can prove your facts to me, I'll believe you. I'll even agree with you.
Yep.
If you prove me wrong, then fine, you win. I will agree with you. But you gotta prove me the fuck wrong first.
Your phone fucking talks to you?
Yeah.
How lazy is your ass? Did you at least, you need to, all you guys whose phones talk to you guys, you need to get your wives to say the words that they need. So if something's going to nag you, at least let it sound like your wife, not a second one.
I was actually talking to you, Bommy. God damn, this dude texts like a 12-year-old girl.
Yeah. I finally joined you guys in the cell phone world, and I'm ready. I'm already ready to throw it in a lake. So, fucking annoying.
Call you tomorrow, Night Pumpkin.
Hey, tell him the dragon says hi, and he still has keys.
Dude, he's been getting up at like 5 a.m. to go to work every day, dude. Like, I talked to him, texted him throughout the day, but I haven't seen him online in a couple of days.
Is he working, or is he still?
Yeah, no, well, he's doing, he's like house flipping kind of type stuff, a little off and on here and there. So.
Okay. Well, yeah, you knew what I meant. Yeah. So he's doing the side stuff. He's not.
Yeah, he's still doing the side stuff. He's still not back to full on, what he was, which I don't know that he ever will be because, dude, fucking economy up there just sucks right now.
Well, where doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. No shit. Ain't that the fucking truth, man? I know it sucks here, dude. There's nothing here but fucking doctors' offices and doctors' offices.
And how's your new governor working out down there in Virginia?
Dude, my new governor's a fucking piece of shit, dude. My whole fucking political system in this state is a piece of shit, dude. The funny part is, if you look at where I'm telling you, man, Virginia, it's time for a secession in Virginia again. West Virginia seceded from Southern Virginia. Well, it's time to make West Virginia, Eastern Virginia, and Southwest Virginia. Because fucking, dude, the only reason that asshole got elected is because all the fucking liberals up near D.C. and a bunch of them around the Richmond area voted him in. But if you look at, like, during the presidential election, it was all Republican in the corner where I'm at over near Tennessee. Right. And then just these big blue spots around the big metropolitan areas, which fucking took the vote, man. So, but we've got a pretty good, kind of conservative candidate, Morgan Griffith in the House. He's decent. He's not the greatest, but hopefully Warner's going to get his ass thrown out this time. If I got anything to say about it, he will. If he comes around here and does any speeches, I'm going to ask the guy flat out why he voted for Obamacare and why he voted for gun control. When he starts giving me bullshit answers, I'll get kicked out of the rallies. I'm going to be like, I ask you a straight question. How about a straight answer? And then they'll kindly escort me out and taser the shit out of me.
And don't forget to videotape it.
Yeah, no shit. I'm just going to put my GoPro on my head.
There you go. Fuck, think of how many hits you'll get on YouTube with that one.
Yeah, no shit.
Fuck.
I don't know. I'll tell you one thing, though, and I'd say most people feel like me. The last presidential election, I stuck a clothespin on my nose and I voted for Romney because I thought he was the lesser of two evils. But I'll tell you what, this fucking time around, fuck no. They'll either A, run a candidate I agree with, or I will fucking write somebody in. I'm done with this fucking who's less of the bad guy.
Yeah, because they're all
Fuck that shit, dude. I would rather lose the fucking election to a Democrat by a landslide, but at least fucking people might go, oh, well.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I've been voting Libertarian for years.
That's me, dude. Somebody asked me the other day, "Is like, are you a Tea Party member? Are you a conservative? You know, are you a Republican?" I'm like, no, I'm a conservative. I'm a constitutional libertarian. I was like, I'm liberal on some things. I really am. I really believe in some liberal shit sometimes.
Me too.
But you know, as long as what you do doesn't fuck with me and hurt my family, I don't give a shit what you fucking do. You know? Hell, dude, a lot of people around me fucking believe gays should get married. I don't give a shit if gays want to get married. It affects me in the least iota. I could give two shits less. In fact, I got a great way to solve it. I'll throw this out there to you guys because I've said it to more than one person, and I've yet anybody to really find a hole in this philosophy. You want to solve the gay marriage debate. You take everybody that is married, everyone, no more marriage, period. Nobody's married. Now, then you pass a law that says if you want to marry, because what is marriage at its heart?
It's a contract.
It's a contract. It's a business agreement between two people.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my wife have a business agreement.
Well, if you want to look at it that way.
Yeah, if you want to look at it that way, but at its heart, it's a contract. Yep. So you pass a law that says two human beings, two consensual adults can go into a contract of marriage or a domestic partnership with each other, whether that be man, 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 woman, woman, man, woman, woman. Only one. So there goes polygamy. That gets rid of that. You can only marry another human. There, I can't marry my car. I can't marry my dog. They have to be of a legal age. You can't marry your daughter. Okay?
That too.
And yeah, you can't marry a family member. You know, it's easy. You fix that. Okay. Now everybody's going to go, well, marriage is under God. No, not technically. Marriage is marriage only in the church. I'm talking government on one side, church on the other. If you want to go to the church and get married under God, then knock yourself out. Go have a wedding. You can be religiously married in the church, and you can be contractually married to the government. There you go. I just completely solved the whole gay marriage debate.
Works for me. And actually, I even can eliminate some of the divorce debate, too. You make it a timed contract. You can sign, your first contract that you have with the person you're marrying, it's only good for a year before you have to renew. And then the second contract, it's good 5 years.
Exactly.
Right?
Make my marriage certificate like my concealed weapons permit. I'll renew them at the same time.
Well, no, not even that, because then eventually you can get to the lifetime contract, right?
Oh yeah, there you go. But
and it makes it hard to break.
That's because a lot of people say, well, if gays get married, then I could marry my dog, or you could marry 12 other people. Well, there you go. I just fucking solved it. Government has no business in my house or in my bedroom. Government the church has really no being in my
government.
The two are mutually exclusive.
Should be.
So, that solves that debate. If you want to be religiously married and you want to believe God says it's between a man and a woman, then that's fine. Go get married to a woman in a church. And go to the government, get your contract, and there you go. Because honestly, if two men want to live together as a married, quote-unquote, married couple and get fucked by the government, then hell, knock yourself out, man.
Yeah, I don't care. And the reason why I say it should be a time thing, because I have people who I know who they're 26 years old, been married 5 times, got 4 kids.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
And now because they've gotten divorced, 4 times, right? And they're probably going to get divorced again.
Dude,
how's that helping anybody?
Honestly, it's, I have moral I have moral problems with certain things, but that doesn't mean I think it should be outlawed. I may not agree with it, but you know what? You might not agree with what I do. As long as you don't tread on my rights, I don't care what you do.
I don't want to tread on yours. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to tread on your rights. I don't want you, like me, if I want to put up a fucking Christmas tree in my yard, that's my beliefs. I believe in God. I'm a Christian. If you believe in nothing, you know, if you don't believe in God, that's fine. My Christmas tree should not offend you. How can you be offended by something you don't believe in? If you're offended by a Christmas tree, then somewhere deep down you believe in God.
Yeah.
Because you can't be offended by something that doesn't exist. You know, if my neighbor wants to put up a fucking menorah in their front yard, hell, I'll walk over there and say, Happy Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you fucking celebrate. I don't give a shit, dude. You know, if you celebrate Ramadan, knock yourself out. Good for you. Celebrate that shit.
Hell
But
yeah.
don't fucking look at me like I'm the fucking evil person because I wear a cross around my neck and I pray to someone you don't pray to.
Which actually, they all pray to the same one. Most of the
Well,
ones
that's
that
what
like to
cracks
fight
me up.
each other.
I'm like, if you look at most of the major religions, they're all Abrahamic faiths. At their heart, they're all the same. They just kind of get a little it gets a little different when you get out in the leaves of the tree, but at their heart, man, they're the same religion.
Yep. Just different variations of pine wood.
Exactly, man. I'm like, really? Y'all are really gonna? You got nothing better in your life than to get offended at who I pray to or what I have in my front yard? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. And it always just amazes me because I can see it in my own family, right? I grew up Irish Catholic, okay? So what do you think I was told to hate? Protestant Irish.
Yeah, dude. Exactly, man. You know, I mean...
Yeah, I could never understand that. I never got that.
Yeah, I watched this fucking like kind of miniseries thing about it kind of based around the Titanic when it was being built, but it was the whole, Irish labor, thing, Protestants versus, and dude, if you weren't Protestant in that damn time, man, if you weren't Protestant in that time, man, you were just lower than damn dirt.
Yeah, and yet people have the same last names, they come from the same genetic background, they eat, drink, and live the same kind of lives, but that's the one thing that divides them, and still does to this very day, over in Ireland. So it's just, I don't get it. It's like, and I try and explain that to my kids when my kid played football too, and I tried to say, look, you can hate the other teams and the fact that pumps you up, but don't think that the people in Streeter are any different than the people here in Ottawa. And yet you're taught your whole life, at least growing up, that they're the enemy in sports, so they're the enemy, that's a bad town.
Mm-hmm.
It's no different than your town. It's not a bad town. It's the need of the other. And that's where libertarianism is. You don't need another. As long as that other doesn't fuck with you, you're not going to fuck with that other.
Exactly, man. Dude, some guy put a comment down. I didn't read the whole comment, but it said something about a license to breed. Ask you a question about this. What do you think about, like, forced sterilization and shit for people? Like, let me give you an example. There's this woman who lives in Tampa, Florida. She has like 14 children. She doesn't work. Every one of them are on welfare. Every one of them are a ward of the state. And she says it is her God-given right to have as many children as she wants.
I know people like that, yeah.
Now, the question I pose is, where does your right to procreate impede on my right not to have to pay for it?
Yeah, well, then what we need to do is she wants to keep having them, we have to stop paying for them.
Exactly. But they'll never do that because kids can't go hungry. But, dude, I mean, I know someone I know works with, there's a man and woman that are together. They have 3 kids together. He has 3 kids by another woman, and she has 2 kids by another guy. And they both work almost minimum wage jobs. There's no way in hell they can raise 7 or 8 kids on 2 minimum wage incomes.
Mm-hmm.
I recognize your right to live as you choose, but at some point I have the right to say I'm not flipping the bill for this shit. You know, I'm real leery about government-sponsored sterilization and shit, but I'm almost to the point where I'm like, if you want to be on welfare, you should have to basically give up your rights to conceive. You know, if you want my tax money, if you want to take this road, then here's your choice. If you want to take the road where you do what you want, then you make your own way. I don't know if that would ever fly. I don't even know if that's right, but
Well, if the government worked correctly, that might fly. It's just our current system doesn't work correctly. So
exactly, because our system now is the needs of the few outweigh the needs of the many.
Well, no, and not only that, but already our government, like there's women in prison right now over in California that got forced sterilized, right? So it does that anyway, and it's illegal to do. So, but I don't think the government should have to pay for every swinging dick that walks around in the world. They don't pay for me.
No shit, dude. Dude, you know me, and like you said before, I couldn't be a cop because I take too much insulin. Dude, do you know what it costs me a month for fucking even what my insurance doesn't cover? Not to mention what I fucking pay for insurance. But my fucking insulin pump and my damn test strips and stuff just to fucking keep myself alive? It's fucking ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I fucking me and my wife both work our asses off for a little and nothing, and fucking tons of my money goes to that. It's just to keep my own ass alive, and guess what? It's my responsibility.
Yeah, because don't you, I mean, how many times in the whatever we've said, sometimes you've thought about it. Why not just let somebody else foot all the bills?
Well, dude, I had one guy I used to work with that said something like, man, I'm done with the government. I'll take any fucking thing they want to hand me. Man, it's easy to say that, but you know what? I just can't do it, man. I got too much damn pride. I have too much as long as I have a willing bone in my body that I can work.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, call it foolish pride that keeps me going. But, to me, man, at least I can sit down in the evening when I come home from work and go, well, I did a good day's work for a decent day's pay. At least I did what I was supposed to do. Now,
and you're lucky to be able to do that.
Yeah. I mean, it may be a fool's errand, but it keeps me. It makes I can at least sleep at night. I can't suck from that government fire hose, man. I just can't do it.
I hear you. I'm not saying it shouldn't be there for those who need it.
No, dude, there should always be a safety net. There should always be a safety net. There are, like, people that are, mentally handicapped and stuff that literally can't make their way in life. Dude, you got to take care of your meek, and you have to take care of your invalid. But that don't mean you got to take care of like you said, every swinging dick.
Yeah. Damn, you keep sniffing, and I know it's your fucking allergies, but it makes me think like we're sitting in the room doing coke.
Yeah, I'm doing lines off a hooker's ass as we speak.
Yeah.
Come on, Sarah.
It just sounds like, and I know it's just his allergies, but it still plays in the bar analogy in my head. Talking this, and I remember sitting around having these conversations fucking 20 years ago doing that shit.
See, I thought I came to the Green Dragon. I thought I was coming into Studio 54.
Yeah, no shit, right? And it's like, oh fuck, man. I'm hearing you sniff, 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 and it's like, wow, that brings back such memory of talking fucking crazy ass politics and shit, and trying to fix problems and doing it while all geeked out of your mind. Damn, now I want to sniff, and my nose is dry.
Yeah, the weird thing about having lots of children. I mean, that used to be beneficial to a family. You know, when you had your agricultural operation and your children
Yeah.
were, you know, they were basically production units, or you know, machinery to make the whole family organization function. But in an urban society, if they don't have anything that they can do to produce, then that fucks everything up.
But like I said, man, I don't care how many kids someone has. I don't care. If you want to have 12 kids, if you want to be Octomom, knock yourself out. If you can take care of them and you can provide for your family, if you have the financial means to do so, I'm all for it. Go for it. Procreate away. But when I start having to flip the bill for your fucking yard apes, no. Then I got a problem.
Yeah, so they say the problem with socialism, it works great until you run out of everybody else's money.
Hey, dude, I'll flat out tell everybody, socialism looks great on paper. You look at socialism on paper, man, it works awesome. But in reality, man, it don't work because at some point, somebody's not going to want to carry their fucking load.
Well, there's a lot of thieves in there, too, and inefficiencies that benefit specific oligarchs or whatever.
Dude, I flat out say this. If socialism worked so damn well, why did no hippie communes ever survive? Why did they only last a month or two and then everybody just moved on? If it worked, it would be the greatest utopian society in the world. Jonestown would have been a raging success.
Well, they talk about the pilgrims, you know, what kind of a system did they have? Was it kind of socialistic where everybody was producing and kicking in, and somehow it almost failed if it wasn't for the Indians helping them or whatever.
Exactly. The pilgrims damn near shit. How many times did they probably damn near starve? You know, I mean...
They had kind of more of a didn't they have kind of a socialism system?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they kind of all helped out and worked together, but, you know, I mean, everybody still had their own. You know, I look at, like, the pilgrims as more of, like, a religious sort of thing, you know, where, like, you know, okay, we're a community. We're going to provide for our families, but if you need help, we'll gather as a community to help you. You know, and it worked. But
when they got into a situation where they weren't overtaxed, you know, where if they were working harder, they got to keep more of their share, but if they didn't, then that's what fucked them up, because everybody says there's no incentive.
But I tell you this much, when one of those pilgrims decided, you know what, fuck it, I don't want to work, you guys feed me. That shit, no. You were going to die. I'm sorry, you're dead. You know? They would just leave.
Well, they'd ostracize you. They'd kick you out of the village kind of thing.
Hey, dude,
hey, Trav, one of the guys who comes on the Dragon every once in a while here now, Jason from Alaska, wants to discuss your proposition on marriage a little with you. Now, understand, both of you guys are Christians, right? Both of you believe in God, and you are faithful. You are faithful men. But he wanted to come in and talk to you. So there you go. Just remember something. At the end of the day, we all do respect each other. But I'm gonna like watching here other people yell at each other because I can't talk. So.
Well, if you look at marriage as a contract. Marriage is a contract. Yeah. In government, you know, you're talking about these corporations that are just merging together for hopefully mutual benefit.
I'm not saying it's right. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it is morally righteous. I'm saying there's the religious aspect of it on one hand, and there's the governmental aspect on the other hand. They have to be separate.
But with the government aspect of, if you're pledging the produce of your union to the government as property, then it doesn't work very well for a farm that if all the animals are the same sex and you got no output, you know.
Exactly. So
well, I'll let you guys. I'll let you guys figure that shit out. Okay. I want to say two things. One of them, Jason, I sent it to your YouTube messages. That's the only place I know how to send it to you at. And Mindy, Patriot Angel, did we meet 30-some-odd years ago? If you were at 54 then, do I know you? And you live in Texas now? Do I know you? Because
it's a small world.
Anyway, It is a small world. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. My throat really hurts. But I'm still listening. So, and don't forget to do shout-outs.
I would do a few, but I closed down the actual chat window or the live feed, so I don't even see comments right now.
Yeah,
most recent ones are just, let's see, Southern Style 357. There's a WP45 just popped up. Spirit Seed, Joe's Quantum Heart Logic. Let's see, Tramp 701. Mr. Tommy Boy, Jason Brumsfield. Okay, that's most of the recent ones, I guess. Thanks, guys, for joining us. I don't know. I haven't really heard any new news today. Otherwise, you're saying the Iraq shit. There just sounds like the ISIS is just gaining more territory, right? So.
Yeah, apparently, what last thing I heard, they pretty much had taken over the Jordanian border.
Oh, well, it just gives the capitalists another reason to tax us more and make hardware to waste.
Well, what cracks me is they were already kind of. They won't come right out and say that it's bull, but I heard on talk radio today, they sort of come out a little news blurb that said, they're expecting gas to go up, and gas has already averaged 2 cents a gallon higher, even though a barrel of oil hasn't went up any, which I find just hilarious. All of a sudden something can go wrong in the Middle East and gas goes up when it would take at minimum a year to see any effect truthfully at the pump.
It's funny, too. In the United States, aren't we actually producing more oil, so we're really not importing any. We're using our own, aren't we?
Man, see, that's what kills me, man. If we would drill, don't get me wrong, I'm not one of these tree-hugging, Greenpeace hippie types. I want to kind of, I do want to protect the environment, but also I want jobs and I want freedom. And I'm sorry, if we can be energy independent by drilling, fracking, and all that, fucking drill, baby, drill. I would love for us to be a full solar wind nation. I'd love us for not to have to use coal and oil, but it ain't there yet. Maybe one day it will be. When it is, awesome. But right now, let's use our fucking resources. Let's not have to buy oil from fucking, countries that want to run Sharia law and hate us and call us the great Satan. I don't want your products. Don't buy mine, I won't buy yours.
But they got us stuck in this global market thing that even if we're producing it and the rest of the world is demanding it, they're making the price go up. So even though we're making it here, we got to pay more than we should for it.
Well, that was the whole thing that kind of killed me about the whole Ukraine thing and all that. It's amazing how much natural gas we burn off in this country. We don't even. We don't use it. We just either let it release it in the atmosphere, we burn it off. If they would change the law to where we could tanker that stuff up and ship it off to the Ukraine, Europe wouldn't have to need Russia's natural gas. We could supply them their natural gas, and we could tell Russia to fucking pound sand.
That's the weird part about that, too. How much energy does it take to get the natural gas delivered to them? It's like they burn half a shipload of fuel just to try to deliver a load of fuel.
If we can, and that's one of the things that kills me about this country, man. We used to sell, our military used to sell all their brass to these reloading companies that would then remanufacture it and sell it as reloaded ammunition, like Freedom Munitions and all that. Well, now Obama told the Defense Department, we're not going to sell our brass anymore. We're going to take it and pay a company to grind it up into brass shards, put it on a tanker, on a barge, ship it off to China and sell it to China for a loss. It actually costs us more money to ship the brass to China than we get back. Why are we helping the Chinese give them natural resources? the government was making a profit selling that used brass to these American companies that then sold it to Americans who pay taxes to America.
Take our guns away. So just slow nibble.
I'm like, damn, man. I mean, where does that make sense? I mean, how screwed do you have to be in the head to come up with an idea like that? Especially to be a fucking sitting president. I mean, come on.
Not screwed in the head. They're our enemies. They're not our friends. You're thinking like, oh, they should be doing what's right. They're not going to do what's right. They don't love you. They hate you. They want you to die, and they want to steal everything from you.
And dude, I guess I don't understand it because I have a damn brain between my ears and I can freaking have a comprehensive thought in my mind. I guess it just doesn't make sense to me. But
You're just a production unit, and if your production unit requires too much maintenance, then they probably just retire you and replace it with another.
apparently, I guess. What do I know? I'm just some redneck from the South.
Yeah, sometimes it makes you wonder if we just turn off all this communication and just live in our own little bubble, if we'd be happier, you know?
Man, well, dude, I'm telling you, sometimes I wonder, is ignorance bliss, you know? I know my blood pressure was a lot lower.
I'm telling you, you got that one right, Trav.
I mean, dude, seriously, my blood pressure was a lot lower when I didn't, before I woke up and before I started really looking into all this stuff, man. I mean, really, I just lived in my own happy little world.
No offense, but keep thinking, man. You need to get out of that left versus right because they're on the same coin.
Oh yeah, dude, I know that. I look at Republicans as the negative image of a Democrat, dude. They're both equally offensive to me.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're just a negative copy, man.
They're both absolutely your enemy. That's what they are.
Exactly.
One's the Communist Party and one's the Socialist Party.
Exactly, man. I mean,
a different pace to get there.
So what's the weather like up in Alaska?
It's pretty nice today, man. It was raining most of the morning, unfortunately. But it's pretty nice right now.
Ah!
That was loud.
Hey, how's it going?
What's going on?
What's up, Jason? What's up, JB?
Oh, buddy, you should really look up the definition of marriage and where it all started before you start preaching about what we should and shouldn't do with marriage. What we should do with marriage is just get the fucking government the fuck out of it and go back to what it used to be. Marriage is between a man and a woman. That's got nothing to do with religion. That's a human precedent set down 7,000 years in every tribe, every village, every human tradition and custom. Absolutely nothing to do with the Bible or anything.
And honestly, man, I 100% agree with you. 100%.
They want to have a union. They can come up with their own fucking name, and then come up with their own fucking term, and they can grow a brain and figure out how to even fucking spell it, and they don't need to take my fucking term.
I agree with you. I agree with you, but you got to think, you got to look at it from this aspect. You're going to have these politicians and these sitting judges that are going to say, quote unquote, your term of marriage is unconstitutional and it's not fair to them. Now, whether you agree or disagree, I agree with you 100%, no arguments. But I also believe that you're never going to win the argument in a governmental standpoint that we can have man and woman marriage only. It'll never work. It will always be.
Who gave the judge the authority to decide what is and is not constitutional? Because they do not have that authority by law. The Constitution does not grant them that authority. The people deem what is and is not constitutional, and the states deem what is not and is
exactly we
not
do.
Not the judges. So I don't give a shit what some judge says. I care what I say. I'm the king. I am the people.
I agree with you,
well,
but we
act
can't.
Act like you're the king. Act like you're a king.
If I could vote,
act like you're a man
If
act
I
like
could
you.
vote out, if I could vote out every judge, if I could vote out every Supreme Court judge that voted against the Constitution, I would do it in a minute. But you can't. They're voted in. They are not They are not elected officials. So what do you? So what do you do? Supreme Court judges are appointed. They are not elected. Judges are.
elected
Supreme Court judges are not.
Who elects the Supreme Court? Who appoints them?
Congress.
They're elected officials too. Everything starts with an election. But there's no solutions.
I agree with you. I agree with you. But how many years have we been trying to vote these assholes out of office? How many years have we been trying to vote these guys out?
Let's have a debate, man. Not talk over me. That's the first problem right there. Why are we worrying about voting these assholes out? Why are we giving them power hoping that they're going to solve problems when they're not on our side? You're giving your neighbor who hates your ass a pitchfork and a torch and telling him not to burn your house down. And when he walks over and he stabs your dog and he burns your house down, you're wondering why the fuck he's doing it.
So what's your solution? Do you pick up your rifle and you go to Washington and start taking people out?
The solutions are not in Washington. Washington is a shithole. None of my solutions are in Washington. I
agree with you, but you live in a nation of laws. You live in a nation run by...
we live in a nation of laws. Well, where are the laws being enforced? We do not live in a nation of laws. That's what I want to return to as a nation of laws. We do not live in the United States of America. We do not live in a constitutional republic. And we do not live in a nation of laws. And once everybody gets...
I will agree with you.
Then we can start actually changing things. But we don't live in America, we don't have freedom, and we don't have laws right now. What we have is a dictatorship, we have a puppet government, and we're getting fucked in the ass without any lube, and everybody's bitching about it.
I agree with you. So where does your solution begin?
Right here, right with the people, with the mindset. The mind, right here, with the mind. You got to get this mindset right here fixed. You got to think like a man. You got to act like a man. You got to remember you are king. You are king. Once you act like a king, once you think like a king, once you feel like a king, then things start to change. I mean, that's really what we lost, man, is people aren't fucking kings and queens anymore. We're all a bunch of little bitches. We bow down and kowtow. Everybody's fucking scared. You know, you get a cop behind you, and what's the first thing everybody thinks? Oh, shit, man, I hope he doesn't fucking pull me over. Oh, man, was I speeding? Did I fucking miss a stop sign or something back there? Oh, shit. Right? Right? Everybody's scared. Everybody's scared. You know what? I had a really bad situation the other day. I'll be straight up with you, man. I wish I fucking God I had a camera. I wasn't scared. And that trooper was. And he freaked out on me.
I think it's smart, not scared.
Hey, Jace, just to clue you in, some of us, when the cops turn on them cherries behind us, draw from our holster and cock.
I do. I
mean, you know what? I'm polite to cops. I give them my information, but I don't trust cops anymore. And I haven't trusted cops forever, so I've done that for a long time. As cops are around, yeah, I'm ready to deal with cops on their level if they want me to.
I'm just don't mind me, man. I'm not being I'm not trying to be an ass. I'm just done with the games. I'm done with the bullshit. I mean, I really am ready to fight. I really am, but I don't want to.
It's just straight talk.
I mean, just realize, man, I agree with you. I am a Christian. I believe marriage is between a man and a woman, flat out. But I realize at this point, right now, as we stand here, that's not going to fly in a governmental situation. I hope one day it does. I hope it comes to that. I pray that it comes to that.
Well, did they change that? Because as far as I know, that's always been the case. So when was that changed?
They haven't officially. It's never been officially said. But you look at all these states that are saying, okay, gay marriage is legal in this state now. It's not long before the federal government or the Supreme Court takes it up and says that a ban on gay marriage is unconstitutional. Now, follow that to its conclusion. Once you state that fact, now I can make the argument. Once the federal government says that that's legal, now I can say, well, if you're going to discriminate against if it's discriminatory for a man, 2 men or 2 women to marry, then it's also discriminatory for you to tell me I can't marry my daughter. It's also discriminating that you can't tell me I can't marry 12 other women. It's also discriminatory that I can't marry my dog. It's also discriminatory hold on.
No, it's not at all.
That's the slippery slope. If you say it's
What
okay,
slippery slope? Don't let the that's where your problem starts. Don't let the Supreme Court get away with that shit. They do not have the lawful authority. They do not have the power. You want to start talking facts, then right off the bat say, hey, wait a minute. You just point out to people when they want to say that, oh, no, the Supreme Court said. The Supreme Court doesn't have that authority. That's your immediate response. The Supreme Court doesn't have that authority. Because it starts with educating people.
Jace, for all us saying that, the practical reality of it is they do have that authority. Okay?
They don't.
Now but they do. It's not. You're right. They don't have the authority in the Constitution. They don't have the authority on paper. But the actual practicality of it is they do.
The Supreme.
Not once you get in the courts, because once you're in their racket, once you're in their system, and you know the law and you know the fucking system, no. They have to start kowtowing to their rules once you go into the court system.
No,
like Mulberry versus Madison. When you start throwing that in their face,
you would
what do you
think
mean
that
not
was
anymore?
fair,
I've been
brother,
fighting for years.
They don't. They don't pay attention to their own fucking rules.
No,
they don't know most of their own rules. They don't have to pay attention. They've stopped paying attention to the American people a long time ago. These are structures. These are things that are rotten to the core. They don't follow their own fucking laws. They play by the rules that they make up as they go.
The Supreme Court should rule on a
I can't understand you, man. You're breaking up so bad.
The Supreme Court should rule on a matter according to the Constitution, but all those judges can come out and say, "Well, we don't think that's unconstitutional." Well, we think that's unconstitutional, and if they all vote that way, then bam! Now all of a sudden, the Constitution doesn't apply.
Pause. Hold on. The Constitution. See, that's what I'm trying to teach people here. The Constitution does not grant the Supreme Court that power. It does not. The Supreme Court does not
The
have
Supreme
the
Court
authority.
is the head
It's
law.
a usurped power. You can take it back if you tell them fuck off and take it back. That's what part of taking power back is. Everybody wants a revolution. We don't need a revolution. We need a restoration. Hell, you start talking about revolution.
I believe that too, man. But you got to be realistic about this.
This is realistic. That is the law.
The Supreme Court, flat out, the Supreme Court is the highest law of the land. If they rule on something, then where do you go? Armed revolution. That's the next step in the game. So either A, you go by what the supreme law of the land says, or you stand up and you fight back. Now, at some point, it's going to come to that, but you can't vote out a Supreme Court justice. The only way to get them out of office is for the Congress and the Senate to take them out of power. And we have to get proper people in Congress to do that. But until that happens, you're fucked. There's nothing you can do.
No, you know what? I've got tons I can do. I do shit every fucking day. I'm going to keep fighting. But if you got all your hopes in politics, good luck, buddy, because you're not going to do anything.
I have no hopes in politics.
Then why do you keep talking about we got to get these people elected? We got to do this. We got to do that.
Because the only other
shit.
Because the only other thing you do is you get your gun and you go to war.
No, you don't. You educate. You educate. You educate. That's what Patrick Henry did.
Yeah, if
That's what
you
John Hancock did.
You educate, and the people elect. You educate people, then they elect people. If you want no government, then you go to anarchy and go to armed revolution. That's the next step in the game. You either try to elect people that will run the government the way you want them to run it, or you take it over. If you take the government over by force, then what do? Then what's the power structure?
You don't take anything back by force. You restore constitutional authority and you take back
That's
your
what I'm trying to do.
No, you're going through politics. I'm trying to tell you, you're
then
fucking
how do
doing.
you restore America via? You either restore America via politics or via armed.
Can you guys hear me? Damn, Jason, you didn't have to leave. Jason, okay, listen, buddy, can you hear me? we have to fight the fight with the rules that we have in front of us for now until we do armed restoration. I do like your word better than revolution. So we have to work within the rules that we're playing by right now until we are able to change it. So hopefully you can come back in. The link's still yours. Please do.
I'll try to get him. I'll get him back in.
Did he lose his signal?
It could be. He was walking around outside the house, and that's what I'm thinking. And he probably doesn't even know he lost it yet because he broke off so quickly.
He's still talking.
Probably.
Yeah.
I agree with the guy, man. I agree with the guy wholeheartedly. I just don't think he understands that I agree with him. But you've got two choices. Either A, you take the government back by force, or you try to educate and elect officials that will restore America. So,
and I think we're
not going to restore the republic through education. It's just not going to happen.
I don't believe it is either.
Yeah, but we have to try until it comes. This is something we try and get across quite a bit here, is everything we do, even when we feel it's so damn futile, right? We do it because this is the kind of thing we have to do until I fucking pick up that AK and go outside my door and go face death. Because walking outside your door with your firearm to stand your ground in any way, the consequences of it are immense. So until that point, we have to educate, we have to try and vote, we have to try and do it through the system that's corrupt, but it's there right now. And once it finally gets to be enough is enough, that's when we'll be stepping to and hopefully restoring us back to the foundation that built the great idea of America, the great experiment of America. Because I think the whole house is corrupt and rotten and filled with termites, and the whole shell needs to come down. The government, the judicial system, all of it, right? And I think it needs to come down, go back down to the base foundation of the Bill of Rights, the Acts of Confederation, the original Constitution, and the Declaration of Independence, and step off from there to rebuild the structure again, because it's rotten to the core at this point. Every ideal that our founding fathers had has been usurped and turned. Why do you think there wasn't a central bank in the United States? Why do you think we didn't make all those kind of compromises? And I'll tell you what, I'm pissed off at the fucking Americans that, when they signed the treaty, agreed to what the French and the fucking English put together. Because that was the very start of the destruction of our fucking country, was at the very beginning of our country.
Dude, we need to get back to the Judeo-Christian values that founded this country. Whether you believe in God or not, you can most people will agree in the Judeo-Christian values that this nation was founded upon. They're basic laws of morality, that are basic, love thy neighbor, don't tread on others' rights, maybe I pray that one day we will get back to that. Maybe we never will. We might only get middle of the road. But I tell you what, I'll take middle of the road over, full-on liberal globalist agenda.
Yeah, try getting back in.
You were talking about your involvement with government. If you can stay out of court in the first place and not be in their jurisdiction, and it's like, you don't consent to play their game by staying out of their jurisdiction. And you're talking about a restoration is bringing back the government we had of the common law of the people, and not using this stupid administrative government that everybody volunteers to participate in. So withdraw your consent. So if a huge percent of the population all of a sudden recognize their political status as being one of the people and not being a corporate fiction that plays inside the game of government, that could bring about the changes.
Well, see, right now, man, I'd love to see a constitutional amendment that puts term limits on judges, makes all judges elected officials. That way these, because you get all these power-hungry guys in Washington, they're going to elect these Supreme Court judges. They're going to, let's face it, if Obama can put a Supreme Court justice in, he's going to put a liberal-thinking justice in that's going to take our gun rights, vote pro-abortion, pro-gay marriage. They're going to do all those liberal things that he wants to do. And what do we do about it? We can try to get them pulled out by electing people, but it probably ain't going to happen. You know, the only thing we could really have the recourse we have is to try to make it so that all our officials are elected, and if you don't vote the way we believe, we will vote you out of office. That's the biggest problem I see with the quote-unquote Supreme Court is Supreme Court's like God. You can't go against them. They are the final say. Whether you believe it or not, they run the show as far as government is what government can and cannot do.
But you realize government is they're acting like a corporation. They got a board of directors, and if you're one of the employees of the government and you bitch about company policy, you try to bring about changes, but the board doesn't have to accept, your recommendation, and they just say, fuck you,
That's what kills me, man. I mean, the Supreme Court could flat out come out and say the Second Amendment means hunting only. It means people cannot have semi-automatic weapons. They can basically say it means whatever the hell they want it to mean. What the hell are we going to do about it? Other than armed revolt. That is your only recourse. That is your only, or you complain about it and try to get people elected. That's your only two options. I hate to say it, but that is your options.
They come and take it. I mean, like New York came up with all their crazy shit, and Connecticut, and then California. Now California is actually going out and taking them. So I don't know where there should be some more resistance to that somewhere along the way.
And I think there would be, but of course, armed, come and take it. Basically, I'm saying that is, armed revolt. Basically taking up arms against the government. That would be kind of same thing, but.
I mean, the only way anybody's ever going to get even close to getting this government turned around without an armed something happening armed-wise would be to do one thing. We'd all have to go together as one country, stand up and protest, not go to work, not give them a goddamn buck, say nothing else is happening in this place until you guys get out of the goddamn White House. And it has to be every man, woman, and child in the United States to do it.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you.
What's up, Kansas?
I totally agree with that.
What's up, Kansas? You found out your keys open doors at night, too, huh?
Yeah. I just thought I'd check in.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us, brother.
You saved us.
No,
I do want to thank him.
That's never going to happen. You're not going to. There's too many people who love the system too much or is too comfortable in the system.
Exactly.
Well, the system was.
On top of that, we have 50 million that don't want to work at all.
The system was set up for checks and balances, and those no longer exist.
Exactly. The only way to do it is coup d'état and set up and reset it up as the old. Take it back to before 1887 at least. Take it back to the original, like Mule says, and then start up from there and write down the new rules the way it is, and like every man, woman, and child, or every man, woman, and child above the age of 18 it's their right to have a gun. Period. Nothing can touch it. It is a God-given right. Nothing can touch it. And then have it set out the way it's supposed to be said. The only way, and that every man, woman, and child is free, that's the only way to do it. Until then, there's too much, this person isn't free, this person isn't free, this person's got to do this, right now they got us over a block and a hard spot just because we're DTs.
Yeah, but I think that's what Jason was trying to get at. Our liberties and freedoms don't come from a piece of paper. They don't come from the government.
They don't. No, they don't. But the thing is, there's not enough of us to stand up and say that.
Oh, yes, there is.
There is, but not that many willing to.
And if he's still
apathy.
watching, I appreciate him coming in here and all, man. I mean, the dude's passionate as hell about his beliefs, man, and I applaud that, man.
Oh yeah,
I mean, dude's hardcore, man. I mean, and you know, props to him for that, man. And you know, he's got a comment down there about, you know, read the steps, you know, read the Constitution, you know, live it, you know, and understand it, you know. I think that's what we're all trying to do, you know. It's just, you know, you have to work within the framework of the law. I mean, you know.
Well, I mean, his way of thinking is a good way of doing it to start with. But once you get it past that law, once they get you in that courtroom, then everything you know as far as what regular law is, it don't matter because they've changed it.
Well, dude, it's like the Supreme Court. It ain't what you can prove to them. It's basically you can say whatever you want. They can basically at this point say, no, you're wrong. We disagree with you. We're the majority of us disagree with you, so you lose. Then,
well,
then what you do, you know? I mean, that's so messed up, man. I mean, that is not what the Constitution stands for. That is not what this country was founded on. But it's become that, and I hope that we can change that. And if enough of us wake up, then it will be changed. But until that time, man.
I don't think we're ever going to get enough of us to stand up that. No.
Well, that's like I told Mule, man. I don't think you're ever going to get this country back to what it was. I would like it to, but I don't think it's going to happen. There's too many people with a liberal frame set of mind. But I think
an instant coup d'etat, yeah, that would be great.
You can get this country back on track. Maybe not the perfect track, but you can get it on a hell of a lot better track than it was on.
Get rid of the police state. Get rid of the bullshit, the propaganda against the people. No more propaganda against the United States people. That would be fine.
Dude, all you got to do is flip this country 180 degrees. Because right now it's a government.
The government has the power. The people don't have the power.
Exactly. It's the government runs the people. It's the people run the government. Government has to get a lot smaller, and the people have to realize there's too many people that go, oh, it's the government. What can you do? Well, who gives the government power? We do. And once you realize that, then the government has no power. The government only has the power you give it.
Exactly. But the thing is, so many people they're so used, they don't want to make waves. I mean, if everybody stood up and started going out in the streets, shut down every avenue, stood toe to toe from sea to shining shore, and there's not a person all the way across, everybody hand in hand all the way across, thousands strong. I mean, 5-6 lines out, so there wouldn't be traffic either way. There would be shut down, and they would have to think about it, that we weren't going to take it no more. But you have to shut this place down to do it, and that's where people will not do. People will not hurt themselves. They do not want to put their jobs at risk. They do not want to put anything at risk. And see, that's the reason that's another reason to have all these people coming across the border. Because, see, if we stop and try to do something like that as Americans, then they can say, okay, well, come on in. You guys can go stand around all you want. Come on. And they're going to go work because they don't have the same process. Did I lose you?
No, I'm still here. I was reading some.
Sorry.
I just don't think you're going to get people involved. They've advocated their responsibility, and you always hear the time, it's not my responsibility to help the neighbor next door. It's the welfare department's responsibility. It's the government's responsibility to take care of that. It's not my responsibility. We don't stand up for anything anymore. Our spine that at one time was made of good Pittsburgh steel, right, is now made of top ramen from China.
Yeah, I know. and it gets worse. I mean, the fact of the matter is, if we all stood up, it would be one thing, but no one wants to stand up, and now we have all these other people in here from other nations. I mean, if we don't want to work, they are willing to work. So literally, we can't stop nothing because there's plenty of people to replace us.
I heard that all the time, man. Well, if you don't want to work, if I'm done paying you what I'm paying you, I need to pay you less. Well, what do you mean you need to pay me less? We're working all the time. Well, I need to pay you less, or I need to not pay you overtime. Well, fuck no, right? I was working for a blacktop company up in Chicago. They did exactly that thing to me. They're like, "Fuck you, okay? You're fired." And it's just they can do this in, and I can't really fight it. I had unemployment or whatever, but they fired my ass and hired a Mexican to do my job. Actually, they hired 3 Mexicans to do the job that they paid me for because they didn't want to pay me more money, or they didn't want to continue paying me the money they were paying me. They wanted to pay me less.
Yep.
They wanted to pay me like I was a fucking Mexican, and I'm a journeyman fucking blacktopper. Fuck that.
Yep, that's right. We tried to do it out here in, not here in Kansas, but it was in Oklahoma. And I was working at this place, and they went on strike, and a lot of them lost their job just from trying to change things. And see, this is where they got us over the head with having all these people come into the United States like this. And that's where they got us by the balls, practically, just by that. Because, see, it used to be we could just stop and say nothing's working, and if you ain't getting nothing done in the United States, then you're screwed. They're going to have to listen to it. But as it stands, it can't work that way now. Americans stand together because we have other people here that want our jobs.
Oh yeah, and if you stand up and try, they're gonna fire your ass and put in somebody from who just crossed the border a week ago.
Yep, that's right.
Yep, this piece of production machinery is requiring too much maintenance. We'll just replace it.
Yeah.
It's too expensive to run anymore.
See, they can do a lot of things, and that's the reason even revolution-wise is even looking difficult at the moment, because they can use them to go against us. So, yeah.
Well, that's why I don't think any kind of voting, any kind of left-right dynamic or whatever is going to change a single fucking thing. The only thing that's going to change, the tree of liberty needs watering of the blood of patriots and tyrants. And, everybody thinks it's just going to be tyrants watering that tree. No. It's going to be more patriot blood than tyrant blood. Because even people that fight for the tyrants in this country think they're being patriots to the ideal of freedom.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a lot more patriot blood than it's going to be tyrant blood. And the only way we get to the tyrant blood is going through patriot blood, going up to the top.
Yep.
Because the start of the fight is...
What I'm concerned about right now is our armed forces. How many of our armed forces are going to be against us?
More than are on our side. More than you can even imagine. It amazes me. Like I said earlier, I don't know if you were listening, Kansas, talking to my nephew, talking to my son, talking to my buddy's kid about why they're joining up, why they joined up in this fucked up crazy world. It amazes me, some of the kids these days, how they still have been able to find the ideals that we were shared with much easier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yet they're there. They're out there. They're doing it. While their noses in their fucking phones and all that shit, they still think about it. They listen to old fucks like us and pay attention when we share shit on the internet. It's fucking crazy. But it's true. And I don't know. I I think I'm more surprised at the fact that there's going to be more of the foot soldier type stuff standing up than there's going to be maybe the officer corps standing up.
Yeah.
Anyway, now I'll shut up. Let Rebel Solutions talk because I always talk over them.
No, I wasn't saying nothing, but yeah, you're right. I don't think we have to worry about the military so much.
That's my only worry. Because how many tanks they got and how many different weapons they have, you never know when they're going to come out with something that's going to take us out.
Yeah, well, the fact that, they weren't able to do much in Iraq or Afghanistan, you shouldn't worry. Track record's not very good. In lieu of using an atomic weapon, of course.
Yeah, but I also know that it's the only reason they didn't have a bad track record over there. We won when we had to go kick ass. It's just whenever it came down to having to play bullshit policing.
No. There's no winning in Iraq and Afghanistan. There was no predetermined goals, plans, exit strategies, and now they want us to go back there because we did such a poor job, and there was no defined,
Okay,
you believe that Bush thing that said, no.
See, that's my whole point now. If we go over there, it's worse than Vietnam, really, because Vietnam was we had to give back the mountains. That's fine. You give them back to them, take them, give them back. This is going to be 10 times worse.
Well, we didn't go back to Vietnam 3 times, and it just tells you because there's actually a lot of oil off the coast of Vietnam and underneath Vietnam. That's an untapped resource that most people don't know. I know the fucking world smart people or whatever do. But that's what the fight in Vietnam was, yet we've not been back there because we got our asses kicked so bad. It's funny how we forgot that lesson.
Yeah.
But dude, here's the difference between Vietnam and stuff too, man, is like I said earlier, man. Those people in Afghanistan and Iraq and stuff, a lot of them do want freedom, but they're not ready to fight for it. They're not ready to die for it. They're not ready to become a free society. We can go over to them. It is a holy war. You can't go over. You can't destroy a holy belief.
Of a holy war.
Yeah, you can't get in the middle of a holy war and expect you can drop all the bombs you got, and you still aren't going to. You can take the enemy down to the last 2 combatants, and they will come back. Because to them, it is a holy thing. It is not. We can say we're going over there, we're going to give these people freedom and democracy. No, you're not, because they're not. If they wanted freedom and democracy, they would fight for themselves to get it like we did. We fought for our freedom. We fought against tyranny. We need to do it again. But those people aren't ready to go that far yet. And you're not going to win against that. I'm sorry, but you're not going to. And we need to just stay the hell out of it.
That whole region has been in a religious civil war since the beginning of time.
We're not going to do that.
We have no business trying to spread a democracy and all, over the globe.
The only way I could agree to go into the Middle East with boots on the ground is if someone attacked Israel.
Yep.
You don't think Israel can take care of themselves?
I think they could, but honestly, I think we need to back Israel because we've pissed on Israel lately. We've told Israel to go screw themselves. I think our government should be backing Israel, backing our ally over there, and if they need our help, we should give it to them. But other than that, stay out of Iraq, stay out of Syria, stay out of those damn countries. If terrorists take over that country, fine, so be it. Let them have it. If you protect our borders, what are they going to do? Last time I checked, Al-Qaeda didn't have battleships.
And what exactly do we need to do for Israel? I'm confused. Is Israel a part of, America?
No, but, they're our strongest ally. If they needed help, we should probably offer it. But honestly, dude, Israel can take care of their damn selves.
Right. That's what my point is.
I don't think there's any fight Israel can't handle.
Yeah, well, we gave them nukes, so you know they can take care of themselves, and I wish they would. You know, if we didn't subsidize them with the billions of dollars that we do, I don't know if they could stand on their own.
They may not, but I don't know, man. My biggest point on a lot of stuff is every time there's an earthquake, every time there's a damn flood somewhere, every time a mountain caves in, well, America's the first on the ground to offer millions of dollars in aid and everything like that. But you know, when
I would
hurricane,
much rather be a humanitarian
I would
and
too.
offer assistance when a natural disaster happens than to write a blank check to Israel, to Saudi Arabia,
And
to
I
all
would
these
too.
fucking countries on the American people's tit.
But here's my point on it. When Hurricane Katrina came through, when all this shit goes down the U.S., what countries are offering to help us? Do you see any countries coming to offer an aid to us? No. Nobody gives a shit about us. Nobody's coming to offer America help, the people of America help.
No.
I'm tired of my country being the freaking,
Savior.
Santa Claus to the savior to the world. I'm tired of it.
Well, we don't need to be the police of the fucking world. That's
No, we don't need it. We should offer humanitarian aid when need be, but we do not need to be the world's police force.
Exactly.
We do not need. It is not our job.
We need to give the UN to them people and let them do as they're gonna do. Get our shit out of their fucking country and get our shit back home.
Yep.
And then if there's one country that takes them all over, then we deal with that country as it comes.
Well, we weren't meant as a country, when you go back to those founding documents, we weren't meant as a country to be meddling in Europe's business or the rest of the world's business.
No,
we
George
were meant
Washington,
to take care of our business.
George Washington, when he left, said, do not go back over to Europe and make any deals with Europe. And that's when he left, the day he left office. I forget how he said it. I had it written somewhere here.
Right. Well, remember, Eisenhower, the general that helped win World War II, left office warning of the military-industrial complex that we now have running the country and what is supposed to be the police force.
Yeah.
So we don't listen to the prophets. Humans don't. Humans don't listen to the prophet in the time that they speak, whatever kind of prophet they are. They only listen to him later on down the road, and then do the same mistakes again, it seems.
Yeah. But see, it's sort of funny how all these, it's like they've been adding up for this New World Order thing for so long, and it's every presidential, and the part that affects it all is every presidential order that's been put out that the president done himself. And that's what's affecting it. And it's gotten where now between all of their put together attempts have made it so that they practically have control of everything in the United States. We actually don't own our land. We don't own nothing. We're goddamn, all we are we're frickin' settlers here. That's all we are.
Well, you really think about it, man. With a flip of the switch, the government could shut us all down, man. I guarantee you at this point, the government, within 24 hours could shut down the entire internet. They could shut down our power grid. They could shut down our roads, our water supplies, and 9 out of 10 people are not prepared in the least. And I would be willing to bet half of the ones that think they're prepared aren't as prepared as they think they are.
Shit, I've been living off my preps, so I know I ain't prepared.
Right there, man. Really, if you want to see how fucking hard it could be, imagine you can't drive anywhere. You have no power. You have no food. No way to get food. No way to get water except to sustain on your own. I tell you, man, it really scares the shit out of you to think how much power the government would actually hold over us.
They hold a lot of power over us, technically.
I mean, and dude, that's what kind of, I know this is a technological world and everybody's got their damn iPhone in their pocket, you know, I'm guilty of it too, you know, but we are so reliant upon technology anymore, it's scary. I mean, shit, man, I've got a piece of electrical hardware on my hip right now keeping me alive. You know, I mean...
Did Mule leave? Who all did we lose?
I didn't even hear anybody fall out.
I heard 2 or 3 fall out.
It looks like Mule fell out.
Shit. Someone said goodbye over here. It was under Green Dragon. But I'm serious, though. It's just like that. I mean, it's like I was telling Mule earlier today. You got the they're you know they're planning on doing something about banning guns soon. Now think about it.
They'll try again.
What's coming up this fall? That's coming up around the corner. Football season. NFL is highly against guns. They're using that little pamphlet that we saw last night on here. So think about it. You get that little pamphlet. You put you go to ball games. You're not allowed to have a gun. So then you get a bunch of kids together, drug them up, send them in with guns. A bunch of people get killed. All of a sudden, guess what? That was a bunch of guys that are out there like us that have guns and everything else, and they're going to have to be counseled. And guess what? They're going to be teaching them.
Well, man, you listen to it on Fox News, man. Even Fox News said it, dude. When that shit went down in Las Vegas, the first thing you hear real quick. A couple of people were shot in Las Vegas, and the people had a fucking "Don't Tread on Me" flag they covered their body with, and they were possibly at the Bundy Ranch.
Yeah.
And then what do they say about Clive and Bundy? They go, oh yeah, and Bundy is you might remember Clive and Bundy is the man who refuses to pay his taxes to the federal government. And that's all you hear. I'm like, wow, that's the way to toe the liberal fucking line. Fox, good fucking job.
Exactly.
You know, and most people that hear that will be like, oh my God, a "Don't Tread on Me" flag, that must have been some of his evil militia members. Really? I mean, truth be known, there were, what, a couple of fucking skinheads? A couple of fucking retards? I mean...
No, they first of all, I don't think they were even involved in the shooting, personally.
Probably weren't.
But they were Democrats and the Obama's supporters. At least they voted for him.
Look how many mass shootings there's been by Democrat Obama supporters. It's ridiculous. That dude, he shot up that naval base with a shotgun. He was a full-on Democrat.
A lot of sense, though, Travis, because they voted for the guy, and look how fucked up he turned out to be. So I
know, man. I mean, but you're not going to hear that on the 9 to 5 news. You're not going to hear, even from the most conservative source you can find, you're not going to hear that.
But someone said something out in your little chat area. You guys wasn't calling out. You guys were having a pretty heavy thing when I came in chat. But there was a guy out there, he's talking about Mexico. They don't hear no news about what's going on in here either.
No.
What do you mean?
Well, he was saying that a lot of, or I forget, it's in the chat section. I was watching you guys for a little while, and you know, it's like he was saying, and it was somewhere in there. He was saying that they stand up in Mexico City, you know, all the time, and do a lot of you know, marching, and it's like I told him we all need to do the marching, but it needs to be the whole nation doing the marching. And he said, well, you don't hear about stuff like this in Mexico, you know.
But that's just the problem. That's exactly what you were saying earlier. America is scared. People are happy with their 9 to 5 job, their income. Nobody wants to change. They're content, and that's what the government does. They keep people content. Because
That's like I said earlier, man. The only thing you're going to hear in Mexico and El Salvador, Guatemala is how great America is and how it's the land of opportunity because they want them to come up here, make money, and ship it back there so the corrupt politicians in those countries can get their damn hands on it. Follow the money.
This country is great for illegal immigrants. They
Oh,
get
it's
a
perfect.
silver platter. So, truth be told, yeah.
Well, they're kind of telling the truth, you know, in a roundabout way. But, you know, I mean,
as far as I'm concerned, you know, yeah, if they want to come over here and go through the process and become a citizen, that's fine. But the thing is, the way it's setting right now, they're doing this on purpose. They know they're pushing us, and they know that we're too goddamn scared to go out and do something because there's too many people wanting our jobs.
right.
There are no jobs.
No, there's jobs if you really look, but they're the ones you don't.
Well, they've already been stolen by the foreigners. The foreigners already took the jobs. Taking the jobs, excuse me.
Yeah, a lot of them have.
All your landscapers, all your cooks, your chefs, your restaurants. Show me a landscaper.
I firmly believe, man, that there's a ton of people out there, though, that you'll never hear from that are those dark horse guys that you'll never hear from that follow this stuff, that if shit ever went down and they try to really disarm this country, they would stand up. They're not going to say anything in public. They're going to keep their mouths shut. But if it came down to it, I think you would see the underground rise.
A bunch of us that would stand. I mean, there's going to be a bunch of us that stand. But, I mean, it's the factor that no one really wants to go out and go lobby it, is what I want to say.
How does one? I'm confused. How does one take one's guns? Explain that methodology.
Well, there honestly, there is truthfully, if the government really wanted to disarm the American people in a one fell swoop, they would have to do it via the military. You would have to literally have a coordinated effort. All law enforcement would have to be coercive in it, and it's not going to happen. You're going to have a lot of sheriffs that aren't going to do it. I know a lot of police in my area would not do that. They would be like, no.
Well, that's incorrect, my friend. You're speaking to a walking proof, my friend.
Well, no, I mean,
they do, I know you're right next to me, Travis. You're not even an hour away from me. I'm in Maryland.
No, I'm probably about 6 hours. I'm down in the southern
West Virginia.
I'm down near Tennessee.
Tennessee. I'm sorry.
In my area,
West Virginia.
in my area, in Rednexville, I'm right on the Tennessee line. There's a lot of gun-carrying, gun-loving sheriffs around here. Now, Northern Virginia, forget about it. You're banned. Yeah, you're fucked.
Answer the Reb's question. Reb asked the question. They do is the state boys. They call you. They give you an ultimatum. You either give up your shit, or they will have a warrant after your arrest, and they will lock your shit up within 24 hours.
And if they did that to everybody in this country, they will. The only way they can disarm this country, they'll never disarm us completely. But what they're going to try to do is do it. It's like socialism. We'll feed them socialism a spoonful at a time till they swallow it whole.
Yep.
They've already made it, so hard to own a fully automatic, an NFA weapon or a suppressor or something like that. Okay, now we're going to limit your magazine capacity because it's the right thing to do. Now we're going to limit the type of rifle you can have, but we're not going to take your hunting rifles. No, now you can't have those evil semi-automatic pistols. You don't need one of those. Right. So what do you got left now? Your bolt-action hunting rifle and your hunting rifle and your revolver. Oh well, now somebody fucking killed somebody with a shotgun. Now you can only have a break-action single-shot shotgun. Okay, well you can have guns, but you're going to only be able to use them during hunting season. You're going to have to keep them locked up at a government facility.
Right.
It's that. That's why we have to fight so hard against every little step, and that's why people call us crazy. Well, you're just against any kind of gun control. Yeah, I am, because I know the end game. I see the end of the road. I see where this road ends. I ain't thinking a step ahead. I'm thinking a mile down the road. I've got to fight you a mile down the road where I stand, because if I don't, I'm going to lose the whole mile. And people don't get that.
But we're daily losing miles at a time.
Oh, yeah, we are.
And that's what's really bugging me, I think, the worst, is because I can't seem to slow these damn miles down.
Well, see, that's why you have to talk to everybody you can. Like, man, when I'm at Walmart or something, and I strike up, I have a really, I guess you'd say I have the gift of gab. I can just, and that's why I'm a salesman for a living. I can talk to people. I can fire up a conversation with anybody.
That's me.
And if you can fire up that conversation with somebody, and it's somehow you, and you know, I don't try to push the conversation, but if they say something about, you know, if they say, oh, yeah, I've got a couple of assault rifles, I'll stop them right there. No, you don't. You have semi-automatic rifles. You know, you just got to get people to stop using those buzzwords and all that, and kind of teach them, you know, and you can't be fucking gung-ho, yeah, you know, about it. You kind of got to be cool and freaking, you know, just wax intellectual with people, and then they kind of start to get it.
The thing is, no, they're doing so much. It's just like that book we read, you know.
Exactly, man.
Brainwashing everybody, and it's really hard to, you know. It's like, okay, the NFL now is going to come out with it. I mean, you got a whole year. See, last year it was only like at the end of the year they're talking about guns and everything, so everything got heavy at the end on the NFL. Well, this year it's going to be a whole year of the NFL going against guns, putting out all kinds of ads against guns. I've already seen some of the ads through the system that's been running on here.
Well, dude, the best things you can say to people when they talk about gun control is point out Chicago. Chicago has the strictest gun laws in the United States, but yet it has the highest murder rate in the United States. How does that work out?
Same for
Yeah, dude, why does Britain, why does the UK have one of the fastest growing violent crime rates, not to mention one of the fastest growing gun crime rates in the world, and you can't have anything over there but a 22 long rifle or a single shot shotgun.
Yeah.
But their violent crime rate is going through the roof now. Now, like Piers Morgan will say, well, there's no gun violence. No, but how many people get stabbed and beaten on a daily basis? I don't care about your gun violence rate. I care about your violent crime rate. What is your crime rate?
Oh, that's true. But the thing is, what we need to do is go out and get the people to talk about one basic thing, what guns have done for them. There's a lot of people out here guns have saved, but we need them talking.
And I'm not saying everybody does not need an AR-15. I would love to see everybody on an AR-15 or an AK-47. I would love it. But not everybody is into that. Now, I would love to see every American household that's a law-abiding citizen own at least a handgun, whether it's a revolver or what.
There's a place in Georgia here. I'm in South Carolina, but there's a town here in Georgia, and I know a woman, their crime rate was getting really bad, and the sheriff got a law change to where it was mandatory that if you didn't have any, any felons or anything like that, that you had to have a firearm in your home to live into this county. And once that happened, it was like a 6-month period where the crime rate dropped to like they couldn't even register it. It was like stupid stuff, like pot and little shit like that.
Well, man, and I don't
violent crime.
And I wouldn't necessarily say I want everybody to have to own a gun, because let's face it.
No, but I'm just saying.
But yeah, you're right. You're right. It dropped the crime rate to nothing.
I want everybody the ability to own a gun. There's nowhere in the Second Amendment that it says it puts down "but if."
Right.
I don't want you to have a gun, but I want you to be able to.
Yes. Keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. That means if you're a free man, if you're done with your prison and you're a felon, I don't give a fuck what you did, you get your fucking gun back. Okay? And I know a lot of people are gonna hate that shit, but I'll tell you what, that Second Amendment does not say but or if.
That's right.
Anywhere.
Well said, Mule.
And that's like what I was saying earlier, Mule. That's just one of the little steps they've taken to slowly chip away. I mean, you look at it, man. I mean, like that pamphlet y'all were talking about the other night that said, we want to prevent gun violence. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
Chad
agree.
was sharing. Chad Lilly was, and
yeah.
Chad, if you're still watching, if you want a link, dude, all you gotta do is ask.
And
But
guess what? I think we would all agree. I want to prevent gun violence, but I think the best way to prevent gun violence is by
just to
me
have a
owning
bigger
a
gun
gun. Because
and a
guess what?
bigger one.
If you break in my house and you want to rape my wife and kill my family, and you want to do gun violence in my house, well, guess what? I'm going to visit you back with gun violence. I'm sorry. I will protect.
There's no reason to be sorry. That's exactly what you.
Exactly. I don't want to. I do not want to take another man's life. I do not want to do it.
And
But
I'm
you know what? If I have to take your life to save mine or my family's, your life is now forfeit to me.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, but I will take your life to save mine. Because once you tread on my right to life, you have no right to life in my viewpoint. Whether you're the government or whether you're a criminal. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you wear a badge. If you try to take my right to life, and I've done nothing to warrant this, if you infringe on my right to live, you now forfeit your life to me.
Exactly. That's the way I look at it.
And you know what? There's people.
That's why I answer those traffic stops the way I do. I'm very polite. But I keep them covered.
And I think you'd agree with me that if someone walked up to you and went, "I'm against guns," and if someone said to me, "I'm against guns," if I looked at them and go, "Well, do you think I have the right to have a gun?" and they said yes, I would fully support them in their right to not like guns.
I have a lot of friends like that, buddy.
I'm fine with that. If you don't like guns, fine. I'm cool with that. You don't have to like
I have a lot of friends just like that.
Yeah, same here.
Who support me 100% in my ownership of guns, and they live in New York City, okay? And they support me 100% in my right to own a gun, and the fact they're happy that I use it and that, I know what I'm doing with it. And they're happy not to own one themselves because they don't like them.
And I'll tell you, man, and we're all talking about teaching people and talking to people. One of the biggest things we need to teach and get out there is what the word regulated means. Because everybody most people that read the fucking the Second Amendment go, well, a regulated militia, they think regulated means laws and confines to that. No, regulated at the time it was written, regulated means well trained. Nowadays that means a well trained militia, or
it means a well trained citizenship.
Exactly.
Citizenry. I wouldn't even put militia in there. I put citizenry.
Exactly. Well, a well trained citizen. And I'm sorry, the right to keep and bear arms means I can keep them in my house. I can have them on my person. Keep and bear. It's pretty. I have the right to keep and bear my clothing.
Yeah, and if you don't, you get arrested for it.
Exactly. It's real simple. The biggest, I think, problem with the Second Amendment for people to understand it is the word a well-regulated militia. If we can teach people what that really meant, and what that little comma means, if people would understand what that means in today's language, they would understand it more.
Well, most people don't want to know. They don't.
No, most people don't.
Most people don't care. At the wheel, man. They don't care. They're happy in their little 9-to-5 job. Come home to their wife and whatever. And
but I tell you what, man, a lot of people
go down the dirt road. They want to take the paved road, the easy road.
There's a lot of those, man, but I tell you, there's a lot of people out there that are asleep at the wheel that once you kind of start talking to them about this stuff, they open up to it. Dude, I had this little chick that works at the ski shop I worked at. Dude, she's dumb as a brick. I mean, she's one of them freaking Twitter girls, don't completely in outer space. But dude, I always listen to talk radio at work, and we're always talking about guns, and we're always talking about the Constitution, we're always talking about freedoms and all that. And I would catch her sitting around listening, and she actually came to me one day and asked me a question about a gun law that she heard was going to be passed. Literally come in the shop one day and went, "Hey, can I ask you a question about something?" And she was engaged about it. And I was like, holy shit, she fucking woke up. Bam. I was like, there's one.
Well, it's like I said, I mean, I've been working. I can talk to anybody, and I've been talking to people all around my town, and I'm surprised by how many. Well, the older folks are all like, "I got my guns hidden. They're all ready. They're all loaded and locked and loaded and ready, or hidden." And then I go to the younger guys, and they're like, "Well, it's like a half-half. It's like the ones that are lazy here in town, don't want to do nothing. They're the ones that don't know nothing, don't care nothing." And then there's like some of the ladies. They're like, "No, there's nothing wrong. Obama's great." And it's like, she's like, my husband's all upset about it too, or one's, she doesn't agree with it, but it's like it's a continuous thing. There's only one lady that I pulled, and she said she's gonna go buy herself a gun because it scared her what I said.
I want to know how many people regret voting for us.
My wife does.
That's what I want to know. How many people actually, honestly regret voting for him?
My wife does. She told me that. She made this is prior to us being together, but she told me.
My mom and dad both.
Well, at least they're honest.
My mom and dad voted for him the first time.
You gotta look. Hitler was voted in 99%.
Exactly.
He had a 99% vote when Hitler became.
Dude, you find a lot of the older Democrats. They'll still vote. They vote Democrat because they've always voted Democrat. Their daddy voted Democrat, and they're the old Southern Democrats. They are not the Democratic Party of today.
Yeah.
They have the word Democrat has completely changed in the last 30 years. Even probably longer than that. Democrat now is the progressive liberal. And I don't even like you using the word liberal. I mean, a liberal's not really that bad. I don't care if I'm a liberal.
Yeah, that's the wrong word for it. They're not progressive. It's killing us. It's setting us back.
Dude, progressives, the word, because everybody thinks, oh, you're a progressive. Progress is good. No, fucking progressives are going to be the death of this country.
Yeah, they are.
But it's dude, you can't fight words and you can't fight Santa Claus, man. I mean, you give these people everything they need, it's hard to vote against Santa, man. If the man's giving you everything you need and you're too damn dumb, I mean, I don't know that anybody can wake you up.
I mean, look at the Obama lady off of what was that?
The commercials?
The Obama phone chick?
Obama phone, that one.
She hates the guy now.
She hates him now because of what?
Yeah, she's been on Glenn Beck and Hannity and all that, man. Yeah, because basically as soon as he was done with her, he fired her ass.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of people like that, man. A lot of people have regretted it, I mean, a lot of people drank the Kool-Aid.
That they promised them houses and all kinds of stuff.
Hey, man, I'll give Obama credit for one thing. He really could have done a lot of good things to bring this country together, being the first black president. He could have unified the nation. He could have unified a lot of racial tension in this country, but no, he chose to drive us backward. I think Barack Obama single-handedly has set race relations back in this country a minimum of 20 years.
Yep. Hell yeah, definitely.
A minimum. I mean, he really could have really unified a lot of people together and done a lot of good for this country. But, man, he squandered it,
Dude, I live in the South and I see it all the time. Sorry.
Of course, that you think about it, if it would have been the other dumbass that got put into president, if he'd actually won, the one I voted for, if that dumbass would have won, then all we'd done was went back to sleep, and then it'd probably been worse in the end.
Dude, I'll tell you what, man, I won't vote for another. If the Republican Party runs like Chris Christie or Jeb Bush, I won't vote Republican. I will write somebody in. I'll vote for the Libertarian. I'll vote for somebody else because I don't care if Hillary takes it by a landslide. At least I'll have a clear conscience. I'm not going to put some middle-of-the-road fucking liberal Republican. I might as well have a liberal Democrat if I'm going to have the same fucking guy in a different color tie.
Oh yeah. If he goes in the office, we're dead.
I mean, Jeb Bush is full-on amnesty.
We're going third world country. I don't give a shit. We're going to be worse than third world country. We'll be, I don't know.
Dude, the next 4 years are going to be a rough time, man, and it's I think it's going to set the tone for the future of this country.
Well, I got a question for you guys. Pretty much, I'd say 65% of the people that I talk to on a daily basis, regardless of their outlooks on, religion, whatever it is, they pretty much all say, man, I wish either I never voted for that motherfucker, or I wish he would have never been voted in, blah, 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 same difference and all this. And then they talk about how, look at all this shit he keeps doing that's illegal and da-da-da and all this. Why haven't we impeached him? Why is he still in office?
You cannot impeach, and how do you want to say? If they will not impeach the black president.
What does that have to do with the price of tea in China?
Well, think about this, man. There's probably not enough support in the House and Senate to get an impeachment brought against him. So those guys, because they're always backdoor shaking each other's hands, nobody's going to rock the boat to upset the apple cart. Next, is the media in this country, even the most conservative media on TV, going to get behind impeaching Barack Obama? I don't think so. The only people that are going to get behind it is some conservative talk radio, which I hate to say is a small majority, a small part of this country. There's just not enough support. There's not enough power back in that truck to jerk that guy off.
He's broke the law so many times it's not even funny.
I agree with you. I'm not arguing with you.
Yeah, I know.
Man.
But
exactly, what do you
fucking do? Terrorists. He's done Benghazi. He's done. IRS. You name it. That motherfucker's guilty of it.
Dude, flat out, if they're not gonna impeach him over giving these 5 fucking all-star terrorists for one deserter, do you really think they're gonna impeach him? Because that was the most flagrant, illegal act that man has ever gotten away with. That right there, he might as well walked in Congress, threw up his middle finger, and said, "Fuck you guys."
Well, he did, basically.
He did, but he could have walked in Congress, pissed on the fucking desk, and been like,
"Yeah,
go screw yourself. I'm gonna do what I want." Dude, there's not enough. I honestly don't think the media is going to get behind getting this guy out of office or anything until he literally and he's pissed on the media so many times. I don't see how the media still backs him. I guess they're so vested in the lie that they just have to back him.
Well,
for so long that now they're just.
Yeah, that trilateral group, they own the media.
Oh yeah, I mean
they
media
own
in this country is no more than propaganda. There is no real. What is the real media? Some shit on YouTube, stuff like this. That's really the only true source of news and media, short of some blogs and stuff like that. But there is no major media to the mass market that is going to tell it the way it is.
Oh, there's not.
I don't want my news with a right-leaning agenda. I don't want my news with a left-leaning agenda. Tell me what the damn news is. Give me the fucking facts. I'll straighten it out. Just give me the facts.
Yeah, see, that's the way it used to be.
Exactly.
But now it's like, what the fuck?
Well, dude, look at what you hear. Look at what you hear online all the time. Look at what you hear in the news. We're not having an immigration rush across the border. We're having a humanitarian crisis.
Yeah.
Really? A humanitarian crisis? Have you been to your local food bank lately? There's a humanitarian crisis.
Did you all see Jason's comments about an hour ago?
Last one I saw was this thing about the 3 steps.
He said, if I cannot fucking talk, there's no fucking point. Have a good night.
Who said that?
Jason, saying gladly to debate, but if I cannot respond, there's no point. If I want all free, then I'm free. It was like telling DJ it was not the topic, was being rudely talked over. I do not play the yelling game when I feel I am yelling to get a single word in.
Well,
I mean, I was trying to
I
have a
just
debate
told
with
him
the
he
guy,
came in
and
here with his
that's
guns
just the
blazing.
way it works. Okay?
Yeah.
We all try and not talk over each other. We try and be polite at times, most of the time.
Yes.
well,
But
dude, no
at
offense to
times,
him, man, but I mean, every time I was trying to say something, he was saying, and that might have been because he was on a mobile device or something. I don't know. I mean, I would be more than welcome to talk to the guy at any time.
I'm just saying, Jason, if you can hear us, bro, I was in mute mood like a lot, like the rest of us when you were talking and nobody over talked you. And Travis, I'm sure, didn't mean to. I'm sure there was a lag because you were under getting some crazy service, but you came in here. You can like Mule said, anyone can come in here and voice their opinion. But when you come in here with your guns blazing and mother effing this, mother effing that, and
well, that's not Jason or Trav. So
no, I said that
it's
was
not nothing about that. It's
right.
if he feels he was talked over, I agree with Trav. It's more of a lag issue, more than likely.
Oh, dude, I would love to talk to the guy again at any point, man. I respect his passion. I respect that dude's, you know, what he wants to do, man. Dude, I got nothing but respect. Me and him might not agree totally, but I've got nothing but respect.
I'm just
for that
saying,
guy,
I
man.
don't think he
Nothing
came
but
in here.
And hell, Shell Shock was just trying to come in. I don't know if it was a connection issue or what, but Shell Shock said hi and wanted to come in and say hi.
Oh, dude, I ain't seen him in forever, man.
Me either.
Yeah, first time I saw him in a while too.
Yeah, that's
No, and he got because of his stance on the Second Amendment. That man's been through some shit here in the past 6 months.
Oh yeah, dude, he got, yeah. They tried to nail his ass to the wall, man.
Yeah, and he was a banker, okay, but he was a pro Second Amendment banker, and they've been fucking with that man hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So Shell Shock, anytime you want to come in, buddy, I sent you 2 links. One to your YouTube and one through G+. So whichever one works for you, buddy, you're more than welcome in.
Yeah, come on back.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, I like Shell Shock.
He came in tonight.
I just actually some of Shell Shock's videos on you know, silver and all that is only the videos. Some of the only other videos outside of the gun community and prepping community stuff I watch, really.
Well, hell, with Shell Shock, I'm just waiting for him to do another giveaway. I've won one from him, but then the big one, I didn't win shit, right? But I did contribute to, so I'm okay with. And then the next one, I want to either win or contribute to. I like the guy. So.
Well, dude, if you pee in between him or talk to him on a regular basis, man, tell Jason, you know, much respect for coming in here, man, and I, you know, totally respect the dude. No hard feelings or nothing, man. I mean,
Oh yeah, we're on the same level, Travis. I told him the same thing, bro.
Hey, Travis.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Trav. Most people don't know, being you ain't been in 6 months or so.
Yeah.
You know, you come in and watch, and I always shout you out from the room, but you haven't been up on the panel in a while. So most people don't know that you've been in since the beginning as well, along with a lot of the old Ebomi group, you know, that we haven't seen because everybody's too busy trying to scrape by and survive.
oh yeah, we're all there, man. We're in the shadows, but we're around.
I think he was having a bad day. He had that bad run-in with that cop and.
Oh yeah, you talking about
Jason? Yeah.
Jason, yeah, he was telling us about that shit.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, Travis, if you don't mind, man, I just want to not to put you on the spot, but I gotta tell you, dude, you're a big reason that I really built my AR and really kind of woke up to. You know, I've always been a hunter and fisherman and all that, but you guys are definitely kind of woke me back up to holy shit. The world.
I have actually no idea.
Somebody's got a man crush on DJ.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I think guns are evil, and especially those evil assault rifles. Yeah.
I'm just saying, much respect, brother. You know, I've been following you from a long time, and I really appreciate what.
Yeah, we know you did an NSA agent.
Yeah, that's right. He
That's
probably
coming from
wanted ratted
balls,
me out the other day about having too much powder in my house.
That's why I'm never here, man. I'm out flying my fucking drone around, you know.
You should come in. Shell Shock's in the house.
Shell Shock.
Shell Shock. What's up, bro?
And then he left.
We scared him to death. Jeez.
Nah, but much respect, man. I've been with you. I've been on YouTube for 4 years, and I think I've been with you for 4.
Well, dude, I don't have a video up on it because everybody showed up at the range, dude, but I actually took that new rifle I built out and shot it. Dude, that thing is...
I was going to ask
that thing's the tits, dude.
Yeah, I saw the Travis a long time ago.
Dude, that thing kicks like no shit, dude. That thing, my 22 long rifle kicks harder than my AR-15 does now.
Damn.
And that thing is, dude, that thing's a damn tack driver, dude. But I mean, I got better than $3,000 in that bad boy, so it better shoot. But man, with that JP spring system in it, and you know, all the adjustable gas system parts and stuff in it, man, that thing just
rocks.
Dude, I fired it off the first time. And some dude like 20 feet over to the right of me went, "Holy shit, that thing's loud!" And he walks over and goes, "Dude, is that a 308?" Like, no.
There's Shell Shock. He's back.
What's happening, guys?
Hey, what's up, bro?
Hey, guns are illegal, Travis, and we don't deal with guns, man. They're scary.
Yeah.
Tell the police.
The only guns I have are airsoft now.
Yeah.
And I have those painted blaze orange.
How long has it been? Like a year since I've been on one of these?
Let's say it's been a while, man.
It's been a while.
Did you see my today's fund?
Damn, son.
10 stitches.
Fuck.
3 inside and 7 out. Yeah, I saw my finger out. Almost.
Oh, that's not fun. I did the same thing a few years ago. Cut off 2 fingers.
Yeah, it was kind of awesome. I saw the bones and I was like, shit. As funny as I.
What is up, Shell? Long time no see, my brother.
It's happening, Mule. So, yeah, by the way, the giveaway that you're talking about, we should have one in September coming, another AR. So.
Hey,
yeah.
Hey, bro, are you heading up to Eric's this year?
I am gonna. Yeah.
Sweet.
I'm
gonna be trying to head up to Eric's this year.
90%.
Awesome.
As you know, I'm self-employed now, so everything I get it in the ass.
Yeah, but you're a lot closer. So.
Oh yeah.
And you missed it last year.
I know. I know.
And I wasn't able to make it up last year, and I wasn't invited last year. But I am invited for this year, so I'm doing everything I can to get up there.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be a massive fucking event this year, man.
Oh, I know. I figure I'll get to snuggle next to my little buddy.
Well,
Me
if
and
I make,
Jared get to be roommates. I was all jello.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get up there too, and it's good to see you, bro.
Yeah, same here, guys. Of course, I haven't been making any videos, but I have a couple belt-fed guns that I have now. So.
Awesome.
I mean, I'll bring those up, and yeah, so we'll see. This is kind of the newest thing. Sam 7.
All right. See, he joined the Kalashnikov Club.
I did. Remember, Mule? I told you I don't like AKs. No, I have like 4 of them.
Oh yeah. See, heard another one.
AKs are like whores and cocaine, man. You just can't have just one.
It's it's fucked up.
That's awesome.
It is. It's I mean, I realize ARs are becoming like fucking toys, and you build one, and 3 months later, it's all outdated fucking AR.
Dude, AR-15s are Barbies for boys.
Yeah. So,
yeah, where an AK is a real tool for a man.
Exactly.
Oh.
That was a little below the belt there, Mule.
Sorry. Can't help myself.
Really.
Yeah, I got
mine.
I got ARs and I got AKs. I think AKs are the deal.
Yankee, when you gonna join the AK club, man?
Never, man. Believe it or not, brother, I got freaking 3 of the lowers.
That means he's within 6 months of buying one.
Nah, believe it or not, I got 3 of the parts kits and I gotta fold the lowers and all that shit, but I just never got around to it.
Dude, that's the hard parts building AK, man. I'm not even gonna attempt to take on that shit.
My brother does it pretty much once, twice a year, so he knows all about how to do it. And
well, my problem is I can't weld for shit, so my problem would be welding in the rails. But everything else I could probably handle. It's the rails.
It's actually, and the welding's actually spot welding. You do it with a pinch.
You do it with
Welding is not a bad deal.
Like
It's
trying
hard
to stick weld or something.
I mean, there's a Harbor Freight. You can get a spot welder that you'll put the receiver in the rail.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Weld it. Not a big deal. The problem is hardening this shit together, though. Like harden it the right way. Otherwise, it's just garbage. And
Willer has all that stuff, man. He has like the actual thing that you heat it up with the torch thingy, then you throw it down in that oil and all that shit or whatever. He's got all that crap, dude.
Which honestly, man, if I was going to build one at this point, I don't know if I'd do it out of flats. I'd probably just call it Nodak Spud and buy the receiver and then just put it together with a parts kit. 'Cause honestly, I don't care if it's registered.
Yeah, because you can buy it from Toth Tools. You can buy all the shit to be able to do the correct rivets and everything from Toth. It's like $150 for everything but the jig to bend.
Dude, I think you can get a receiver. If you don't care if it's on the books, Nodak, you can buy a receiver from Nodak for like $70 or something. Yeah.
I was watching a video of Jim Fuller a couple of days ago. He was talking about that. He said, if you're going to build one, just use a Nodak Spuds.
Well, dude, my Lancaster's built on a Nodak receiver, and man, that thing's a really, really nice receiver.
You know those fuckers changed their name, right?
Who's that, Lancaster?
Yeah, they changed
I've heard
their
they're assholes anyway. But.
Yeah, I spoke with the owner a couple of times, and he was like talking about all this big shit. Oh, I'm getting Dragunovs, and I'm getting these kits, and I'm getting that, and I'm getting this, and I was like, cool. Well, let me know when you get some.
Dude, Lancaster, whatever they're called now, is a great company, but if you ever have to warranty anything through them, you're screwed. Yeah, dude, you're fucked.
Well, honestly, I'm not trying to like make excuses, but the biggest thing for me is the reason we're in the 5.56.223 is because that's what the majority of that's what is required in my group of whatever you want to call us, and
you gotta get yourself FBI'd now and listing someone all this shit now.
Whatever.
He just.
Remember that? Did you see that guy that they've been chasing, and the 50-year-old or 55-year-old guy?
Yeah, dude. What's up? I was gonna ask about that earlier and I forgot.
Yeah, he looks like me, and he should be in the Dragon if you watch some of his videos.
Yeah.
The ATF ever kicks in my door, I'm just gonna be like, well, what do you hear about the alcohol or the firearms?
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, we're rolling up on 1 o'clock. You guys, there's only a couple of us left. You want to do a shout-outs, and then I'm going to throw the open link into the chat room and shut this down because my throat's killing me. But hey, Shell and Trav, you guys got to come back in.
Can I do the shout-out real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
I'd like to shout out the 12 or the 11 people dealing with in my gun deal. Mule Team by Yankee 4, Poison Stinger, OIF Eagle. Let's see here, going off the top of my head, Reb, and let's see who else.
Watchertan.
Wasserton and
TJ
and
Glocker Bob
and
is that
I guess I could read off the gun, huh?
Yeah, that'd probably be easier. I think that's
yeah.
That's the whole
point. USMC but
oh yeah, I forgot USMC. Sorry, USMC.
And I think that's it. I think that's all. Oh yeah, now thank you Fabrizio for your part and Swedish paracord nut.
Yeah, that's another one. Swedish paracord nut was the one I forgot. So I'm throwing the link up in. We're gonna let everybody finish chatting, shouting out, and then I'm gonna shut this down. But WP45 says they bought that new Sam 7 SF side folder last month, and they haven't gotten to shoot it yet. So hey, Shell, how do you like it as a shooting gun?
I love the rifle. It's this is what I'm saying at this point. It's the best AK ever made. Of course, with the exception of the Polytechs, I would say it's exactly like a Polytech Legend.
Well, go take a look, and you know what? I'll tell you about one I want you to look at in the after chat because I'm not giving out secrets no more.
Cool.
But it's a clone of the Polytech Legend underfolder. So, and it's
I'll take my good old Wasserton.
Oh, me too. And that's if I don't end up getting this milled receiver underfolder for the price that they're advertising, I'm going back to Wasser.
I was actually considering getting the salmon underfolder, so if you have a secret for me, mule.
I will, my friend. So, hey, Bobby, we'll
Yes,
start
sir.
with you being Candace already did his shout out. You want to shout anybody out, buddy?
Yeah, I do actually. Glocker Bob is a cool guy. Also, if you guys get a chance, go check out Pop Prepper. He's a hell of a good guy. And that's about it. Obviously, everybody on the channel.
Cool, cool. Shell, you want to shout out anybody? Maybe the doctor that sewed your fingers back together or something?
He was a cool dude. That was all. Yeah. No, I don't have any shout outs. I just decided to come in and say hello.
And that's awesome. I appreciate it, bro. I've missed talking to you.
Same here again.
Third, being you're back in, you got a shout out you want to do, buddy?
Shout out to all my bitches and hoes.
Fair enough. What about you, Trev?
King of Norway, the Pope, Her Majesty the Queen. If y'all want to, go over to my channel, check on channels. There's a group called The Untouchables. Just check out all those guys, all good people. Ed USAF, Glockgeist, all those guys, all good folks. So, go check all them out.
And that's DJ Alkali 1, because you can't see his thing and he never puts up a fucking banner. Hey, Chris, you got in on the shout-out time. You want to do a shout-out before I turn this thing off?
He's
Sorry
on mute.
about that. Sorry, I'm on mute. Sorry about that. I'll do a shout-out. Shout-out to everyone on the Dragon. Thanks for letting me in always. And then I changed my Ford Rocks to the 10-round Patriot. So everyone go check me out. I'm starting to put up new videos of just different stuff.
Cool. 10-round Patriot. That's a good name for somebody in California.
Yeah, I thought so pretty too. 10 rounds is all I'm limited to. So I guess I'll be the 10-round Patriot.
Right. I want to thank everybody who's been on the panel tonight. I want to thank everybody, connection problems or not. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. I want to remind everybody that on Wednesday at the normal time, right, 9 p.m., it's going to be ladies' night at the Dragon. Our wives are...
Yeah, and don't forget my hour, DT hour.
Yep, and the DT hour earlier in the day. And the DT doesn't mean we're detoxing, it means daytime.
Yeah.
But Kansas does an hour in the daytime on Wednesdays, and the ladies are going to take over for the night. So come join us and hear their perspectives, because you know what? If you agree with us, our wives are behind us, and they're the things that allow us. They're the people that allow us to be able to stand and be counted.
They sign our permission slips. So.
Well, you know what? If they're back there giving you hell about standing for your rights, right? That woman sleeps next to you. If they're standing behind you, giving your gun and putting a boot to your ass to get out the door and go do something, then that's what I want behind me, and that's what you're going to get at the Green Dragon on Wednesday is women who put boot to ass on their men to stand up. Not that we needed it, but just because they wanted to affirm it. All right, guys. So we're shutting this down, and I'm taking off to rest this throat until Wednesday. So.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to jump off because I got a storm.